Yo, so hopefully the stream works today unlike the other day. Am I right? We will have to see, I guess. Let me know at the first sign of trouble if there is any. So I have tried some things. I am only streaming to YouTube today to test out if it's something with the multi-streaming. I am also no longer using Streamlabs OBS. I download this is right now I'm streaming with regular OBS. So I got the scene set up and stuff like that. I wasn't able to look into getting multi-streaming set up yet. I am 90% certain, and I hope I'm right, that it's Streamlabs dumbass's fault that their multi-streaming setup is messed up. Their servers are messed up or something. There's something wrong with them. And then I can just, I've wanted to go to regular OBS for a while, but everything was set up on Streamlabs. I just I could literally turn my computer on, and within 10 seconds I could be going live. And I, didn't want to have the disaster of trying to set up some new software and all that stuff. Well, yeah, while we're going here, we'll go ahead and look at, I'll do a test run here too, or whatever, but fingers crossed. Yeah, so hopefully that was the problem, and I got it solved, and everything will be good. I don't know how the audio levels are going to be relative to me talking to the game or whatever and stuff like that, so I'm going to have to play it by ear and just see what happens, essentially. So, yeah. Also, I need to, oh yeah. Ooh, I missed a setting. It'll be alright, though. My replay buffer started up. There's a lot of little things that I can't quite figure out, but yeah. Make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. I hear that gives me good luck with my stream working. So, actually, let me pull one thing up here so I can see. Yeah, we'll just go like this. This way I can see my stream. It'll probably distract me quite a bit, but this way I can see my stream to see if it's working or not on my second monitor. And it should be TZ Andy here in just a short time. Wait, where am I? Oh, going the wrong way. Just doing a couple practice runs here. Seem fine, Kazin. Appreciate you. Going on, Corey, Bob. What's up, everybody? Sorry for probably blowing up your notifications yesterday with me attempting to stream 5 times in a row and having it fail over and over again. Do forgive me on that one. Just, man. My heart sinks when that kind of stuff happens. This is a disaster. But anyways, TZ Andy here. It's crazy that I'm going to find Tyrell Might today, though, and that the Grail's going to be over. That's just, it's insane. Isn't it? Isn't that crazy? That I'm guaranteed, possibly, maybe to find Tyrell's Might today for sure. What are we looking at here? Oh, I do see, let me look around real quick. That's not a big deal, I guess, but all right, yeah, we got her under control here. I guess I should have waited 1/4 of a second later to take Andy out there, huh? Need to get a Twitch. Well, right now I'm not streaming to Twitch, unfortunately. Maybe in the near future I will get that set up, but I just didn't have time today. Wow. When they get fanaticized up and all that, jeez. Goodbye, Emilio. I thought you were cool, but... What? Jason said a lot of people were saying they could just jump over to Twitch the other day. Yeah, but there was no telling when eventually the Twitch stream would go down. Because the thing is that the Twitch stream was constantly going down and coming back up too, so... Every time that the YouTube stream went down, the Twitch stream went down too, so... But the thing with Twitch is when your stream goes down... Ooh, hold up. We won't talk about that negativity. Oh, Firebolt! Let's go if you're making that Firebolt, Sorc. Of course, every time you get a skill like that, it's always like a fire skill with the minimum on the damage for it. Always is. Always is. Yeah, well. I honestly think everything's going to be perfectly fine now, because yesterday that was like the nail in the coffin to like prove to myself that it was Streamlabs OBS that was causing my stream problems. I was literally, while my stream was like, you know, the circling thing for, not buffering, but whatever it's called on my end, that there's no signal going to YouTube and to Twitch and stuff. While it was doing that, I literally went over and clicked internet speed test, and my speeds were fine. And the entire time I was streaming yesterday, I was actually currently running an internet stability test as well at the exact same time, and nothing ever happened with my internet. So the only which means there's nothing wrong with my internet cable. There's nothing wrong with my computer. It's sending the signal. Signals are coming in and out perfectly fine, 100%, no loss at all. So there's like no doubt it has to. It's literally what it has to be. Either that or there's. I don't even know. It's not the internet service provider, you know, it's like nothing, so. TV Chris says, never liked the stream so fast. Nice. Kazin got a Mang songs. Oh. Oh, you say Kermit helped you. Are you talking about, Corey, are you talking about trying to, like, set up a Twitch account to watch streams, or set up a Twitch, like, Twitch to stream, you're saying? Either way. Thanks, yeah. Cool that Kermit helped you out. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to set up the dual streaming, I think. I looked into it, and there's a plugin that you can do it with. So, hopefully it's as easy as I read, but... Gameplay, gotcha, Corey. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see... Man, I see. Boy, struggling in the comments. I didn't see you say thanks for the help the other day you set up there a minute ago. My bad. I'm playing. Okay, I got... Sorry. Got behind on comments already, when there's not even a bazillion flying in or anything. Dang. Still struggling off the bat. My bad. I got it now. I got it now. My bad. Let me double check something real quick. Huh. Okay. Good old, ooh, Thresher. Look at all his stuff. Good old Reaper's Toll. We'll see if one of the other stuff rolls any good. 236. I think that's a max of 240, right? Or is that 320? I don't remember numbers. What do numbers mean anyways? I forget. I always forget. No, it couldn't be 240. I'm thinking of a different item. Little mesh boots here for the silk weaves. Low defense roll, but the 5 to mana after kill. Neato. I mean, kind of some stuff that would be... I mean, if you needed stuff early on, you got a TZ Andy, like on the first day of ladder, you got all this stuff. You'd be like, ooh. Natalia's dual res there. And we got a Tal's Amulet up here. Let's go! Okay, no. Marty, yo! Welcome in. How to get your body back and not lose all your gear. The main thing is that you have to make sure if you ever try to go get your body back, do not ever pick up any pieces of gear. Don't wear any... You have to just go completely naked and make sure you do not click on any gear. Because if you save and exit after you had put different gear on a character, it will save your most recent body, which means your first body will just poof with all the gear on it. So do not... If you try to go back and get the gear... do not ever, make sure you don't accidentally click on, like, you know, a light belt or something. It'll put it on, or like the heavy gloves when you're running around, like, and put them on. And also, a lot of times, if you're just completely surrounded, and just like saving and exiting is like, unless you like really need to try to get it back, you know. Yeah. So yeah, anyone hopping in here? Hopefully the stream works all good and stuff. I know I had a lot of problems the other day, and yeah, sorry about that. I know there was probably, oh! Wow, stuff is popping off today. 2 socketed, 28 on the res isn't too bad. 12 DR. Whatever, but Crown of Ages. Easy Andy, everybody. Easy Andy. So I think I officially discovered, I already got several of those. It was definitely Streamlabs OBS is the problem. And I switched to regular OBS. I'm using regular OBS today, only streaming on YouTube, unfortunately, because I couldn't figure out the dual stream, so make sure y'all hit that like button on the stream, help me out. And sorry for the notification blasting yesterday. I kept trying to stream and it kept crashing on me, so do forgive me for that. Gosh, he got nuked again. Unbelievable. Thiago got the RX, nice. Kazin says, good day. You got Mangs, I'm gonna get Tyraels. Ooh. Right? Oh, I forgot I don't have my mercenary here. Don't even need the merc. Myrmidons. Need that infinity back, though. All good, Corey. Appreciate you. Is there something going on with the stream or something? I just noticed... Oh, there was one. There's 0 channel members or mods in stream. There's not one channel member or a mod in stream right now. That's very odd. Like... Oh, I didn't go get my mercenary back. Mantis is there. I didn't see you weren't chatting it up, I guess, so. It was just weird. Usually there's all channel members and stuff, so. Just strange. Marty said you had to refresh YouTube like 10 times to show up on recommended. Yeah, I was noticing, I don't know, maybe if there was some problem. I have like half as many viewers today as I usually do. I'm not sure, like, why switching from streaming on Streamlabs to streaming on regular OBS, why YouTube would not show me, would not put me on people's... I have no idea. Hello. Of course it's something like that, though, you know? Of course it's something like that. I have no idea. Oh, you know what probably happened, too? Did my Nightbot... Ooh, hold up. Did my bot not post my stream in Discord? I wonder if there's something up with that. I didn't really double check. That could be exactly why, because most everybody would be... all the channel members and stuff would be in the Discord, and they would get their Discord notifications. Oh no, it's in there. No, I guess everyone just hates me. No big deal. No, I bet you after yesterday's debacle, it probably got me in trouble with the algorithm or something like that. There's probably some thing on YouTube to where, like, there was probably some, like, scam thing where in order to get more, like, pre-roll ad monetization, people would just spam up a million different streams. So if people put a bunch of streams in a row or something like that, YouTube probably punishes the channel or something. I bet you it's something like that. I almost promise you. Oh well. We'll keep plugging away, no big deal. Hopefully YouTube stops being scumbags. Fat chance, of course, but... EJ said he got no notification from your stream today from YouTube, yeah. Yeah, I bet you I got, not shadow banned, but I bet you I did get, like, deprioritized or whatever. Probably because of that yesterday. Thanks a lot, Streamlabs. Bending me over again. Oh well, just means they're not going to be here for when I drop the Tyrael's Might. Well, actually, it's kind of not the people's fault if they're not told that I'm streaming, so... Yeah, well. Maybe it'll just slowly come up to the normal numbers over time here. Skunk Ape, what's going on? It's always chat's fault. You know what's up. This time it's actually stupid streaming software company's fault, which I should have switched off them a long time ago, but see what happens. Also, I don't know, no one said anything about it, but yeah, I didn't get the... That's another thing I have to take care of. I thought getting the stream going and stuff was more important, so I took care... I've been working on that. Also, I got my shingles getting redone in a couple of days, so I had been working on getting that set up. Oh, ethereal! Ah! How have I still not found an ethereal one of those? I'll finish that story in just a second. But good old Jalal's obviously good. Ooh, 196 too. Not that it's a huge deal, but a good roll on that. And Dariel's Visage. Ooh, yeah. 25. How is that rolled, everybody? What does the strength go to? Does the strength go to 30? I think the life leech goes to 10, right? Enhanced defense isn't a huge deal, I don't think, but I don't remember. Also, well, no, I think I have like a 126 jaw there, so. YouTube stream on mute. No, it shouldn't be. I'm just not 25 to 30. Oh, okay, gotcha. I just don't have any music going, and I was just standing still for a second there, Kev. Not doing anything. Retro, welcome in. I'll get the link out in a little bit. Maybe I'll get it finished setting up. This coffee mug, I want to change it instead of being like long name Sweet Phil to maybe stack it. I don't remember why I didn't stack it on both sides of the cup, like Sweet Phil. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna look at that, and yeah, the shirts are pretty good. The shirts are pretty good. I don't have a lot of quote-unquote designs yet. I just have the classics that I had from before, back in the day. But now the shirt quality is actually good. So, we'll figure it out. What was I in the middle of saying? I forget what story I was in the middle of saying when that stuff dropped. Anyone remember? I'm not smart enough. Oh, yeah. I had to get the stream set up here to hopefully it'll work forever. I still have to get the dual streaming set up. That's why I didn't finish getting the merch thing done. My bathroom shower is leaking in the wall again. I thought I fixed it, but it is indeed not fixed. Which that is going to be a priority for sure. Because you can't have water leaking in the walls of your house. I got bowling tonight. Guess I can skip. I can't skip bowling. Can't skip bowling. Just, of course, just a bunch of disasters going on everywhere. You know how it is. Good old Demon Hide Sash from monster up there. Leaky walls. Yeah, you don't want those. What's the bowling channel? Yeah, I didn't get the bowling channel set up yet, right? I should just have another channel, just like put my phone up on a phone mount and just like live stream my bowling or whatever. Whoops. Well, at least there's been, as far as I'm aware, no stream hiccups yet today, so... Yeah, Kays, and the only thing is that it wouldn't... I mean, there'd be a couple of you guys watching it, but it wouldn't, like... You know, I'm not entertaining enough to, like, carry something like that. The old champion axe. Yeah, Rob M. Yo, it should never do that again. So yeah, anyone else hopping in here a little bit more recently here? I'll tell the story super quick. Just after you guys hit the like button, of course. But yeah, so I've been using Streamlabs for like years and years and years. They used to be like one of the only ways you could multi-stream, and I was like one of the first people to, like, not the first literally, so I'm not saying that, but one of the first to multi-stream. Good old Griswold's Valor. Yeah, kind of a rare one there with the Corona. I did just find the Crown of Ages a minute ago too. But yeah, I was like one of the first people that I had ever heard of or seen multi-stream. Like, I actually was, don't tell anybody, I was actually multi-streaming when it was still against terms of service to do that anywhere. I just was like, well, forget about it. What are they going to do? Ban me? I don't care. But, yeah. And Streamlabs was the only way to do it, and it's just been set up. I didn't have to worry about it. I could just click go live instantly, and I would be instantly live. But now I think their servers are jacked up or something, or they're skimping on something here and there, and the dual streaming thing isn't working anymore. I think that's the why I was having so many problems. So now I'm using regular OBS like most other people, to be perfectly honest. But I have to figure out the multi-streaming setup still, so hopefully, yeah. Hopefully it'll be okay. That's why you don't see any Twitch going up there. I'm only streaming on YouTube at the moment. Alright, here we go. The thing that stinks too is I wanted to run those socket quests yesterday, at least get 2 or 3 of them, you know. I was planning on just doing one playthrough and then possibly just taking that gear, whatever gear I used, like essentially use like 3 or 4 runs. Oh, I didn't see a faceplate worth of gear. Ooh, Azarath. That's a rare one right there. I was assuming just a lightsaber. Nice. Good old Sanctuary Aura got that use, you know what I'm saying? Kevin pulled a win for us. That's what, whenever there's a TZ Andy up, it's just crazy. Everyone's, I found this. Oh, I found that. Ah. Don't remember what Azarath's rolled to, but we'll just check it out later. I don't know if it really matters anyways. I do keep one of those around just to use on the Act 5 every once in a while. Act 5 Merc. Well, 3 uniques. War Pike. Is this Storm Spire or is this Steel Pillar? Eee. But at that War Pike Elite base, kind of rare with it. Ooh, 69, perfect amount of percent enhanced defense on there too. Real mature, Phil. Why can this not roll ethereal? Devs, make it so you indestructible things can roll ethereal. Phil said it's okay. Anti-change guy said it's okay. Matt, yo! Welcome in. TZ Andy really is cracked, says Kazin. Yeah, you ain't kidding. You is not be kidding. Boy. Just the fact that the stream's been like, I know it hasn't been a super long time here, but the stream's been working perfectly fine. I feel like so much stress relief all of a sudden. I was like losing my mind yesterday. Is like, I thought I had fixed the leak in my wall, and I did not, apparently. I have to look into that again. And then my stream wasn't working, so I can't work and make any, you know, I can't support my family. Like, I hadn't heard about my shingles getting replaced in like 2 weeks from the guy that was supposed to, I'm like, what is going on here, this and that. There's other stuff going on too that's like, I was just losing my mind, like, everything at once, right? One year playing and still no SOJ. Fanub. Yeah, so the same thing happened with me too, actually. Both times I started a grill. I started a grill in LOD, and I never finished it, but I had like 5 or 6 items left or whatever, and I was like, well, when D2R came out, I'll just go ahead and just start over again, just, you know. And I think it took me over a year before I just broke down and went, you know what, I'm going to go farm Nightmare Andy non-stop until I find SOJ, and it took me 1,500 runs. I don't remember how long they took me though, but it was like a lot of hours. Hello. Probably like 15 hours of just straight blasting Nightmare Andy, you know, so, or it might have been even more. I'm not even sure how long it took me to do that actually, but and then this time I also played for like 6 months or something. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm not finding an SOJ. And then I had to go run Nightmare Andy again. Like, it's crazy how uncommon they're found just off regular monsters, so. Jefferson doing pretty good. This is the day we get Tyraels, you better believe it. There's no doubt in my mind that there's a chance I find Tyraels Might today. Retro said your last 4 TZ Andy runs were bad. Bad at best. I mean, just 4 runs in a row. Or are you talking like 4 hours of TZ Andy? Yeah, I haven't got nothing here either yet on the last 4 runs or something. But you must be in the last like 4 hours. But yeah, that can definitely. I've had that happen before too. So, Marty says he got an SOJ P8 Nightmare Cows. Nice. Yeah, SOJ is a weird one. I don't really know why it is the way it is. I never really looked into it, but I just know it is. Even though you can find it super early on, relatively super early on, I guess. It's just uncommon that you identify a unique ring and it actually is an SOJ for some reason. Range. Yeah, Retro, you say 4 hours. I figured I misunderstood what you were saying up there, yeah. Yeah, definitely too, if you run TZ Andy online and you're just P1 in a game with like a regular sorceress that's like 200 magic find, you're gonna have way different results than if you're running single player like players 3 or players 7 like I am. Because the no drop chance for each 6, there's 6 item slots that could drop, so an opportunity for 6 items. But if you're online and running P1 Andy, which I'm not saying you necessarily are, you're probably gonna get 2 or 3 items a lot because of the higher no drop chance on P1. But yeah. Pan Popo saying 20 hours for first SOJ. Ooh. Then got one the next day. That's how it goes. You farm Nightmare Andy for 20 hours to get an SOJ, and then yeah. I've had that happen a few different times. Not with SOJs, but I actually did something kind of stupid, actually. I found 2 Sur runes, and I'm like, oh, there's the Burr rune. Let's go! Well, I did like 800 runs of LK, but I want to do 1,000, so I'll just do the 200 more. So now I just need a Jaw rune. I'm obviously not going to get a Jaw here. So I just cubed the 2 Surs together, or I think a Sur, a low, and 2 ohms I cubed together or something. And I'm like, there's my Burr. And then I ran like, you know, the 200, like 50 runs later, I found another Sur rune or something. And I was like, I could have just had an ohm and a low too to make a grief. Instead, I'm an idiot. I cubed them together, not thinking. Like, I should have waited, obviously. Matt said he's running 91 Blizz Sorc. Thoughts on declone possibility? Diablo clone for an SOJ? Absolutely can. I have a video about it, and a lot of other people do too. There's some little tricks to quite easily actually take out TZ or a Diablo clone with essentially any build, really. I mean, absolute garbage build, maybe more difficult, of course, but it's pretty much a combination of. Oh, another one of these. I'll tell you in a sec. I'll get back in a second. But good old Grizzle's Valor again. Was that 15 runs later? The same pretty rare item. Pretty rare considering finding them in 15 or so runs. So it's a combination of getting Prevent Monster Heal applied on Diablo clone, which you can get from like you personally attacking the monster, or open wounds. There's a if-LF rune word that you can put in, I think it's called Malice, in any weapon. You can throw it on your Act 2 Mercenary, and he'll swing for like 9 minutes before he'll land a blow. But, oh my gosh, why are these Coronas just popping off? Gosh, we're getting as many Coronas as a beach in Mexico right now. My goodness. Another Crown of Ages, like 20 runs after the last one. So in 20 runs, I got 2 Griswold's Valors set Coronas, and then 2 uniques. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. I obviously have plenty of those, but yeah. Yeah, this is P7 Puma. P3 isn't better, in the sense that, no, P3 is not better, but it's pretty dang close to 7, to be honest. So, if you can clear, like, Andariel, like 1, 2, 3, 4, it takes 4 fireballs to take out player 7 Andy. Like, if it's essentially the same speed to do 7 as 3, then you might as well do 7. But the difference between the no-drop chance on P3 relative to 7 is, like, not super large. But no, you don't actually get more items from Andy. What is going on right now? I think this base, I think Andy is glitched. Like a armor rack or something. Just popping off the same base over and over again. This is the third one in like 25 runs. That's crazy. Real weird. Very weird. So yeah, on offline single player, P7 and 8 drops are identical. It's not literally a breakpoint, but it's essentially a breakpoint for drop chance. Every odd number on offline single player specifically. Home Spirit, what is this? I don't know. No. Gage saying, don't let that no drop chance though keep you from farming her online. Yeah, for sure. She's even P1. She's like busted. I'm pretty sure. So, but it's just like have realistic expectations for what you're doing. Oh, Gaizo. I'm not sure how to pronounce those marks above the O's. I forget how to do that. Do forgive me. But thank you so much for the not even a Slayer ship. This Chad is a legendary Slayer. Ooh. Appreciate your support in the channel with a legendary Slayer ship. Ooh, Glorious Axe, actually Mythicus Sword too. Of course, those are laying of hands. Good old BK Sword right here, and I love Executioner's Justice. Top 5 name in the game right there. For a giant, cool-looking axe, Executioner's Justice. I love that name. I wish stuff would proc on Whirlwind though. Because beyond Whirlwind, I mean, would that proc, that Decrepify proc on, what do you call it? On, like, Frenzy or something? Not Frenzy, the Druid one? Fury? There we go. Decrepify when you kill an enemy from, yeah. And plus it's kill an enemy, too. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. Thanks once again, Gaizo. Trying to change your name? Gotcha.
Good day.
Yeah, just unfortunately in my language, I'm not used to that, so how can you do that? Somewhere in the YouTube settings. I'd have to look. I would say, I mean, I don't want to give this answer because okay, I'm giving this answer in the literal non-sarcastic way. Google it. I don't remember how to do it, and the way I would find out is I would type it in the search engine. Not in the way like, why don't you Google it, bro? Toby talking about all of those Crown of Ages and the Griswold's Valor. He's like, if you wanted to find any of these, you wouldn't be able to find it for a year. And you find 3 of each in 10 minutes. Right? I paraphrase, but yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Viper Magi. Oh yeah. I forgot. Ooh, a godly cornet. Legendary. 35? Oh, 10 short. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Actually, let me see real quick. Yeah, Google's your friend. Yeah, for me it is for sure. I wouldn't be able to do it. Between Google and YouTube, I mean, I couldn't do anything in life, really. So let's see. Phil, I'm joining. I have been playing for years now, and thank you so much. Also, thanks for the great content. Definitely helps me a lot. Keep slaying. Appreciate you once again. Oh, I seen Crown. I was you know, was like, again, but the crown is a different base. I don't know what my brain was doing there, but just call me Groove Hero. I'll try to remember that. It's hard to remember a name that's not the name that people have, you know what I mean? Groove Hero. Try to remember that. Very limited chance that I'll remember that, though. I'm just... Memory... Boy. Chat knows about my memory. Speaking of... I need to get that 4-month badge made. Top 5 blue items to identify? I mean, for stuff that could actually be useful... I identify a lot of stuff. There's like probably at least 50%, if not 75% of the stuff that I identify that's blue is for the memes, but like greater claws, not necessarily ethereal, but those like couple different claw bases could be good. Different circlets and diadems I'll identify just in case, but they never are for some reason. You know, stuff like druid pelts, I guess. That's about it, to be honest. So Matt Barker, yo, thank you for the gifted Slayership. Ooh. 8 Angry Kittens got gifted a membership. Now 8 Angry Kittens are Slayers. Ooh. All 8 of them. Yeah, different pelts and antlers and stuff. I didn't know how specific you were getting, but I'm a big fan of the, oh, another Thresher and a Stone at Jordan. Let's go, Ethereal. No. I did get that Ethereal Thresher now, but who wouldn't want a perfect Ethereal Reaper's Toll, am I right? Stone at Jordan. Yeah, a Raven Frost and a Reaper's Toll in the same drop. Not too shabby. Cool. Oh, the Javelins. Good call. Chester. Roll Chester. Forgot about them Javs. Those Amazon-specific Javelins. Good call. Those would be ones I do usually identify all the time, if I see them. Only 38 likes as retro? Come on! Yeah, come on. There's no reason for 38 likes. Guys, come on, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Give that like button the littlest, most gentlest of boops. Little boop. Shadow Plate. Mage's Armor? Oh my god. Yeah. Remember how I said my memory? I don't know if random antlers, can they roll something good on there? I don't know. Gosh, that's rough. I can still not to this day remember Alders and did I say Nage's Armor too? I meant Nats. Or not even Natalia's, I meant the Necromancer one. What? Tranks. Boy. I'm really showing my true colors here. My intelligence. Ugh. Good God. Anyways. Mike says, what is this seed? Usually I don't find this much good stuff. There's been several hours where I'm like, the whole hour I'll find like a Reaper's Toll and like a Cerberus Bite and like a string of ears and that's it, so. NFCR, some decks, some lightning. It's not too bad. I mean, you'd want a little more on there. I don't care for the one max and 20, but that's okay. I mean, a lightning Sorc that would need that. Dex is cool for block, I guess. I don't really need that though. Let's grab this. Good. What was that? A unique diadem? I didn't see one. One of you guys will have to go back if there was a unique diadem. I didn't see a unique diadem. If I skipped a Griff, boy, that would be classic. I don't think there's ever been a time I don't remember missing anything that rare before. That uncommon. Oh, 5 uniques. We got the Ogriax, of course. Oh, 317, which is a good. This one goes to 320. I'm almost positive, so that's a good roll there. How good is this Ormus gonna be, huh? Telekinesis. Let's go! Oh, Firewall. Of course, as always, the skill for whatever you have, the percent damage is always low on it. So. Always is. The other stuff, kind of meh, but. Tiago got an Ogriax too. Nice. What item base is alders? Yeah, they could ask that any way they... Not even like that. If they were like, you found a set shadow plate. What item type is this? And I'd be like, alders? No, trangs? No, It's devastating. Antler OG found a burr and Arachnus mesh today. Sick day. Ooh, that is pretty cool. Congrats on that. I was mentioning this a few different times in a video and whatnot when I was streaming. I have not found a high rune in like probably a month of like being a full-time YouTuber, streamer, content creator. It's probably been a month. I don't play as much as some other streamers, I get it, but still, like, the amount that I play, pretty wild. And I'm, like, blasting P7, Nova Sorc, Terror Zones, and stuff like that. Oopsie. Pretty crazy. How much would the other 40% of your grail take if it took you a month for the first 60? Probably for the last 40%, it'll probably take you like 5 or 6 years, probably. Oh, a little 5-socket superior phase blade. Not too, that one attack rating is where everything's at. I'll tell you what. But, you know, a little bit better than a basic grief base, though, at least. I don't always check out all the different runewood bases, but that's a good one. That's a solid one. Ogre Maul. Luck is luck, you never know exactly, but for instance, I'm almost right around exactly right now. It has been 2 years that I've had one item left on my grail, and it's been Tyrell's Might. For me. It's been 2 years for me since I've had one item left on my grail, so just a little, you know. But my luck has been just wacky bad. With Tyrell's Might specifically. I've probably found every unique item except for Tyrell's Might at least 10 times. So, streak ends today in the next 21 minutes. F-Ware saying Shapers and Giant Skull today. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Pretty positive I did not miss a unique Sacred Armor. Most positive. I'm sure you're probably joking and whatnot, but if people could stop just blurting out that I missed something over and over again, unless I actually did. It's, I know you're just joking, I'm not mad at you, but it's not really funny. So. Not mad at anybody, so. Titan Spirit, what would Tyrell's Might need to be meta, I'm assuming. It's already metal AF, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not great at like being rebalancer guy, but ooh, Mancatcher, another one of those elite bases. And Viper Fork, unfortunately not great, but huge increased attack speed. We need a lot more damage, but elite base, so it's kind of rare to find. Not really anything I need, though. Rob M says there's a Magic the Gathering guy with the worst luck on YouTube. I'm the equivalent of that, but for D2. Nice. Good old Magic the Gathering. It's like I heard a charm. Why are my eyes not seeing it? The person who asked you about killing D-Clone, I just watched your video in that special place in Act 2. It just learned from your after like 20 years. Nice. Yeah, between that place in Act 2, going to the Arcane, back through the Arcane Sanctuary to where Fire's Eyes was, I kind of forgot about that one. That's like a little tip, but it's not like it is. Oh, it's also extra cheesy because you can go. I forgot you can go through that door, and D-Clone can't go through it. It's too small for him to go through. But you can cast blizzards and hydras through it. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot.
Yes.
Tommy, doing okay today. Doing pretty good, I suppose. I messed up a minute ago, but Antler OG commented that he found a... Whoa, hold up. All right, I'm popping off rare stuff here, but can we get the things I'm looking for? Freaking Mang Song's less than another one. Pretty rare from what I hear. But also, Nosferatus? Yeah. We'll compare that to the Mangs I got. I mean, I guess I'll keep one, like, my best Mang Song somewhere, but yeah. Just tuned in. Andrew, good luck right there. I've actually found a lot of, like, TC87, like, super rare items, to be perfectly honest. In this TZ Andy here. Oh, Groove here. You figured out how to change your name. There you go. Gotcha. Fourth, sir, so rolled an infinity for the first time in your life. Congrats on that off the second half here. What point do I respec to Nova from Fireball? It depends how you are playing, I guess. If you're on console, like somebody mentioned, just play through with another sorceress. I would almost say if you're on console and you want to play multiple builds, you honestly should probably just play through with multiple sorceresses like that, because it's honestly easier to play through to have like 4 or 5 sorceresses with every build. You know, especially when you take gear you've already found, transfer it to the other character and play through with godly gear that you shouldn't really have yet. But if you're on PC, I would do what I do and use the unlimited free respecs trick, and you can just respec as often as you want. So it's not necessarily as much as of when, as whenever you want to. You're on PC running Nightmare P3 right now. Okay, so your Fireball right now. So on a playthrough, I would not switch to Nova. I wouldn't switch to Nova if you're Fire until, like after you beat the game and you want to start farming certain areas that Nova's good at. So what I would generally do is, if you're just rocking straight Fireball, is get to maybe Act 3. If you want to stay Fire, pretty much anytime you can get to Blizzard, respec to Blizzard if you want to, but you can stay Fire until you get to Act 3, Act 4 of Nightmare. And then I switch into Blizzard, and then it probably wouldn't be a bad idea too to put a little bit into something like Hydra. Hydra can be used to like kind of cheese the hell ancients, and also take care of any cold immunes that you like literally have to take out in super rare occasions, and help just add like supplemental damage here and there. But you go like almost mostly Blizzard with like 5 points into Hydra with Fire Mastery, you know, like something like that. Oh, thinking too much. And yeah, that's kind of what I'd recommend. I do kind of copy that strat off like the speedrunners. That's generally what they do. So that's kind of what I go with. Not that I don't do a ton of playthroughs. Obviously, I'm constantly blasting the end game characters. So, but when I do, that's what I do. Oh, Colossus Blade of the set variety. So we got both BK sets here, or both BK pieces in the TZ Andy as well. Nice. Ooh. Back room. So this is P7, and I have, what, 460 Magic Find about? I'm going to get a little more here in the future if I don't find Tyrell's Might pretty quick. I just was having some stream issues, and I meant to go farm up some socket quests, and so I could put some Ist runes in my gear pieces here, but my stream was dying and dying and dying, so I could get around to it. Charge. Bolt. Oh, I thought it said charge. I was like an Ogre Maul with charges on it. Let's go. It's like, that sounds odd. Appreciate you, back room. Will you do anything in real life if you finally get the Tyro's Might? Beer with the boys? No, I'm not gonna do anything like that. I don't know a single person that plays Diablo 2 like that I talk to like in person in real life, really. There's a couple of guys that I got that are mods that I went to high school with, but I don't see them regularly or anything like that. You know, friends with, but you know. Biv, oh, you see what's going on there? I think this hat is sick too. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happy with the hat. I like that I put the logo kind of smaller off to the side instead of like giant in the center. Kind of look kind of douchey if I did, I think. I kind of like that. Black and red. And so I just have this hat. I know I'm going to change the coffee mug though. I don't like how it wraps around like that. I'm going to change it to being like sweet fill, like stacked on top of each other. And maybe put it on either one side or both sides. I haven't decided yet. So I didn't get the store live yet. I just got the samples in. It doesn't... The thing is, too, is I gotta... I'm gonna wash the shirts a couple more times to see just how much they shrink or not. The shirts look like they don't shrink very much, so... Oh, not right now, Biv. I gotta change that coffee mug, and I got to... well, pretty much just that, but I've just had too much going on. I've been distracted, we'll call it. Tyrol L merch? I don't know what you mean by that. Tyrol L. I don't know. Oh, I get it now. Roof fix before the snow flies? Yeah, right. There you go. Really, with how the weather is in our modern age, I mean, is it gonna snow? Like, honestly, we barely get any snow anymore. When we do get snow, it usually snows and then it's all gone in like 3 days anyways, so. So not one stream issue all day so far, which it has been crazy long, but. No microphone issue yet today either, so. But yeah, it doesn't seem like the shirts really shrink much at all. I got extra larges, but they're almost, I put them on and I'm like, I don't know, they fit okay, maybe a tad big. And my wife's like, yeah, those are way too big for you. And I'm like, they're not that too big. She's like, yeah, they are. She's probably just used to me in tight shirts. She's like, I'm so jacked. No. My stomach up. I got so fat that my shirts got tighter. So she's used to me in tight shirts now. No, I'm not that fat. But yeah, I'm like 6'3", about 230, and the extra larges are like kind of too big. I got a tank top and I got a t-shirt. I just have like super basic stuff I got set up now, so just the standard like sweet fill t-shirt and like the let's get after it tank top, and then the hat and the coffee mug, and that's about it. A couple mouse pads I would just like put together real quick. One day at like 5 o'clock in the morning when I woke up early. Ooh, little Kira's disappeared on me though. Perfect? Oh, is that anti-perfect? Devastating. Well, let's zoom in here, make sure there's nothing hiding. 6'6", 250, triple XL shirt. Ooh, I don't know, man. Honestly, the regular XL, I don't know how much of that's a joke, but a person that told me that those dimensions, based upon what I just tried on, I would say extra large is what you'd get. Swole fill, yeah. Well, I was little Kuko Chunoku, demon machine off a different monster hanging off to the side. Good old demon machine for those enchant sorcs and whatnot. I was swollen the other day. I literally did leg day and I was like walking around like a pirate with 2 peg legs because my legs hurt so bad. And I looked down and I'm like, told my wife, I'm like, look at my calves right now. And she looked at him, she's like, Oh my god, those things are literally swollen. I'm like, yeah, my calves are killing me. I didn't think I got after the calf races that bad, but I must have. My calves were literally like swollen up. Like to where she was like swollen. Crazy. Retro says XL doesn't even come to your waist. Well, the problem with shirts is when you get bigger sizes, they don't really get longer. They just get fatter. So, I mean, I haven't tried all the different sizes for this particular supplier, so I can't promise you on that. But in my history of wearing shirts and buying shirts, which I've been doing my entire life. Yeah, as you buy bigger sizes, they just get fatter and fatter. They don't like, you have to get a different shirt design to get them to be longer. Fire Sorc. Yeah. Or are you saying did I put too many C's in the title of the stream or something? Biv says, oh, we're getting 80s as soon as this weekend, you said? Yeah, Biv lives sort of near me, so we got the same weather. Nice. Let's see, Rob, a funny thing I said, you were getting ready to play Barbarian in D4. Actually, this guy is kind of small. The D4 is comically huge. Well, I was just saying relative to me, of course, you know. I say all kinds of funny stuff, don't I? I'm kind of kidding. Give me you. Anything else hiding over here? Let me check that Carnage Helm, too. Looking for a nasty Wisdom base for my throw barb, am I right? What? What just happened? Great. Probably been asked this before, but why no mods? Yeah. So I have no mods because I don't know if you remember. There used to not be any mods because they set up D2 so to make it like essentially impossible to mod for whatever reason when they first came out with it. And it wasn't until like 2 years ago that there started to be like loot filters and stuff and the expanded stash pages and all that kind of stuff, you know, which I'm fine with. But I decided like, hey, I literally have only one item Tyrael's Might left to find on single player here. I'm just going to go ahead and not get any mods because like, do I really need expanded stash space after I already have all the items on these mules and stuff from the years and years and years ago, you know? So I just decided not to do it. And there also is a little content creator thing with it because when you have mods, you'll get all these, you'll get like a bunch of dislikes on your videos and people will comment down below like, oh, this guy isn't really finding these things. No one, yeah, you never find this much stuff. He's hacking. Look at the mods he has. He has like a triple drop mod on in the comments, and you'll get like 3 or 4 times as many dislikes on videos if you're using mods as if you don't. So, and you'll get like negative comments and stuff. So, kind of like a multi-use, you know, reason why, you know, whatever. I would say this: if I was starting a Holy Grail right now, I would use the mods. I would use the mods for sure. Degenerate says, can confirm. Yeah, I'm aware. I used to use Pluggy on LOD, and I'd get those comments all the time. It hurts your video retention. It hurts your the likes to dislike ratio and stuff. How much does that hurt your channel? I'm not sure, but the video retention numbers are the... Oh, there's a ring there. Oops. The video retention ones are the most important one that it hurts you on. Loot filters, I'm pretty sure there's no loot filters in mods like that for consoles, so pretty positive I would bet money on it, but I don't know for sure. Gains a clock, let's go. Yeah, I haven't lifted the last couple days because I got bowling tonight and I didn't want to be too sore. So for the immediate future, I'm going to be working out after bowling day. I'm going to try to get at least 6 lifting days in from one bowling day to the next. And I bowl every other week. So in a 2-week period, I want to get 6 lifting days in this next time or whatever. I usually do push-pull legs. So if I get 2 cycles of push-pull legs in 14 days or whatever. Well, really not in 14, in like 12 days, because I'm not doing it on the one bowling day, and I'm not doing it on the other bowling day. And I can't lift, like, two or 3 days before I bowl, I can't lift. So pretty much in 10 days, I want to lift 6 of them, at least, is what I'm saying. Because if I lift within 2 or 3 days of bowling, I won't be able to, like, walk or something. So, why 7 instead of 8? So, Crook Justin, P7 and 8 on single player are identical drop odds. Not like they're close to the same, blah, blah, blah. They're literally identical on single player specifically. And for the most part, really online there, too, so. Announce. Nah, I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do with the Singer Barb seems like the most fun build. So, right now I'm doing the Hammered In. Of course, I'm using my TZ Andy farmer when I farm TZ Andy, of course. But, so I'm doing Hammered In now. Before this, I did Nova Sorceress. And actually, the build before that I did was the Singer Barb. So, I just did the Singer Barb 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then before that, I did the Berserker Barb just before the Singer Barb, so. Yep. Yeah, I do like singers, for sure. Festa Zombie told his wife to embrace her mistakes, so she hugged him. Ah! Self-roast. Only difference is experience gained, right? Yes, on single player, you do get more experience from P7 to 8. Ooh, unique Ogrimal. Not going to worry about it, though, because it's not going to be anything I actually want. Just for the lulls. Try to get another run or two in here. Oh, there it is. Oop. Got it. Don't forget YouTube. Hit the like button for me to find Tyrell's Might on this last run. Wow, my Merc got just obliterated. Definitionally deleted. God. Look at that merch cap, I know, right? Merch is almost ready to go live. I just got the samples in the day before yesterday. I gave them a quick wash. Didn't look like they shrunk too much. The decals didn't have any problem with them with just one wash. I want to wash them a couple of times here. Maybe I'll wear one of them around and then wear one to the gym and wash them again. Maybe wash them a couple more times just to see what'll happen, and then we'll make it live. Crash. I'm going to change the coffee mug, though. Because I want to stack it so it's Sweet Phil, the one word above the other one, I think. I'm not sure why I didn't do that in the first place. That's like the most obvious thing. But I'm not sure why I didn't. But the actual words, Sweet Phil, on the cup look nasty. And they're... I'm pretty sure it doesn't even say it on the cup. I gotta look it up. I'm pretty sure it's dishwasher safe too, so... The logo isn't, like, on the outside. It's like they paint it on the inside, and then they glaze over it. So it's like, you know, nasty, kind of, sort of. The cups are a bit on the expensive side, though, I'm gonna be honest. They're not, like, $7 or anything. They're actually... I think the coffee mug was, like, 15 bucks or 17 bucks or something, like, kind of up there. The thing is, too, is that the black mugs were almost double, not double, but they're probably like 50% more than the white ones. Jordan, yo, what's going on? Let's see. Mewtwo says G-Stacks is streaming. He's streaming today? Oh. Unfortunate. That's where all my viewers are at. I seen Kermit was streaming earlier. Now G-Stacks is streaming. Taking all my viewers. Actually, I don't need this, though. I have, like, perfect 5-socket at 1515. So much stuff. Let me double-check some of these. I gotta socket this, too. I gotta get on that. Fortitude. So much stuff around here. Boots. Belts, boots, gloves. I got a lot of boots in here, actually. Let me hit some mules super quick, and we'll get the farm in. Belts, boots, gloves. Beast Necro. Yeah, I've done that a while ago. Mara walks 199s. 2017, 1817. I mean, the strength is probably more important than a couple of percents on the whatchamacallit. I don't want to think about it any longer than I already have. Good old Jirax. 11. Whatever. I don't care that much. Alder's boots. Do I have some of those over here? I should just throw these on some random characters to get them out of the way. Sandstorm Trek. So are these my good ones? 69 resistance on that. Wait, what? I have two. Oh, I have 200s with 18 or 196s. Whatever. We'll get rid of. I don't need that many more. I don't need that many Marowaks. I like never use them. A couple Crowns of Ages is, and I've probably found like 13 Crown of Ages to be perfectly honest. Let's see, 15, 13, 14, or 15, 10. Definitely you'd rather have the cold damage than Dex, so we'll just toss that. I know it can be kind of painful just watching me toss out things that are like, you wish you had, kind of, sort of, but it is what it is, am I right? Oh, didn't mean to do that. What was I just doing? Oh, I was just going to move this over here. Like this. Picked up an Astrians from TZ Andy. Nice, Brad. Congrats on that. Looks like Phil. Where is Caster? No, budget and Caster. There we go. Steven says, I made you buy this game. Let's grind. Ooh. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, not that great. 14, 13, 12. 14, 14, 9. And a 15 on the cold, so I don't really need that. That's probably like the 10th or 15th Among Song's lesson I've thrown on the ground. If not even 20. I've probably found 20 of those now. On this single player. Alright, back to Paladin Peyton. See what we got. Sheldon says he can play on the move on the Switch you're talking about, I believe. So, but it'd be cool to have a loot filter. Yeah, I'd be on board with a loot filter essentially. So, Halls of the Dead. I don't remember. We'll check her out. I don't know how good this is going to be, but see what's up. Need a little drink here. I'm tired of water. Give me some of this up here. Some cherry limeade. Brad sitting at Tyrael's and Mang Songs on his grill. Best of luck. Hopefully I find Tyrael's before you do. No offense, though. Kristen, I have not heard anything. How bad is it farming out here? Leapers, gross. You hit them one time and they knock back, and then yeah, let's just see what's going on down here. If there's any of those immune to magic bros. He's not, so that's cool. Rare belts I don't really worry about nowadays, so look like Dave Attell. Isn't he like 100? Isn't Dave Attell like 65 nowadays? Boy, that's rough. Rough comparison.
I can't carry anymore.
That's like you tell someone like, yeah, you look like Danny DeVito kinda. It's like, was that supposed to be a compliment? Like, what are you doing here? Trying to attack me? Yeah, remind me a lot of Gilbert Gottfried. Thank you. Small, yo, what is going on? Late to the party, no big deal. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Yeah, phase blade gears. Go level 2, I guess. Why not? This area is not too bad, I guess. I don't know if it always rolls with the same monsters. Right now, we only have skeletons and these rattlers or whatever their name is. Hollow ones. Depends on the area, I guess. It's alright. Oh, I guess some zombies too, huh? D4 reset day was yesterday. Ooh. Yeah, we can roll with this. This is small chime back there. Good one. Everybody knows I would never do that. So, you almost got me, but nope, I'm not falling for it. How far? See, I knew that was there. I was just hadn't gotten back to it yet. Look like the guy from Mad. Where'd that go? I lost it. Uh oh. Looked like the Mad TV guy from the front of the magazine. The Mad Magazine kid. Interesting. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like down here. The poison. I didn't look at what their resistances always are down here. There are. I haven't seen. Oh, this guy's lightning immune, but it's not too bad. We'll see if we. I'll hop down here another time with a different monster type roll, and I'll be like, oh god, this place stinks. Hitting the wall over there, dang it. Your mom said they could have mouse and keyboard on console, but they just don't do it because they're lazy. Yeah, I don't know why really, because like you said, you could have mouse and keyboard, but maybe they just made a calculation that not enough people would use mouse and keyboard on a console, so you know, it's one of those things where if they won't make more money than it costs to do it, then they ain't doing it, you know. But realistically, I don't know how much money they would or wouldn't make, but I'm guessing they made the calculation and decided that it wasn't worth it for them. Is honestly not the way I want the world to work, but corporations, their job isn't to make a game as good as possible. Their literal job definition is to make a game that they can make as much profit as possible. Not the way I want the world to be, necessarily, I suppose, but that's what it is, so. Battle orders? Who needs them? Never heard of her. Yeah, this is kind of a large map down here. I forget it's three levels, so it ran out on me for sure. Yeah. Whoops. Runway said it's a legal thing. That might have been. I'm not sure if that was referring to mouse and keyboard or not, but. They said it would provide an advantage to mouse and keyboard players because it would give them more precise control than other users. I feel that is also accurate. But, I guess that is true. I'm still skeptical that that's the real reason and not the excuse. But can't say for sure. I'll just say I'm skeptical. Yeah, $15 Logitech mouse and keyboard set at Walmart. Yeah, I bought one of those. I was actually at like Office Max or something. I was walking. Oh, what's that on the shelf? The Logitech mouse and keyboard. It was on sale. Yeah, $15 on sale, and it was only like $11.99. I was like, well, if my keyboard ever breaks and I just have to have another keyboard, now I have one. You know, just in case I just literally wouldn't have any other option. Seems less good now. There's not all the little skeletons everywhere. But that's alright. Any tips on what shield to use on a Jabazon? So yeah, I do use Phoenix quite a bit. I would say for the craziest end game, like, yeah, I feel like Phoenix is kind of the GOAT. Having the, like you said, pretty much everything you said there. Infinity on the Merc, that way you keep your mana up. Before that, it's like Spirit for the skills, or maybe like a 4-faceted shield for the minus res or something, like. Could go lidless for the mana after kill, I suppose, for really budget there. There's probably some other runeward options that you could throw on there, but Storm Shield for max survive. Vampire Fang Belt, nothing I much care about. Nosferatu, it seems like it would be cool, but it just never... I never use it anyways. J-Mod for more big numbers, yeah. J-Mod with 4 perfect facets in it. For a player versus monster to have a J-Mod with four facets in it, even to have just a J-Mod with whatever in it. What a ridiculous, just straight up, like, nothing but flex, you know? For player versus monster, a J-Mod is, like, all but pointless. Sheldon said he's getting laggy at the moment, huh? Let me see here. See, I actually have my stream up and running currently. Mine's not lagging at all, so not even a little bit actually. It looks great. It could be you. Just refreshing the stream is quite often one of the best. You know, turn it off, turn it back on again, essentially. Just like all electronics, for some reason, that's the main fix. Your mom said all about microtransactions for D4. That is, yeah, a big way that they make their profit or whatever, selling the skins or whatever. It's kind of the, you know, the way the world works nowadays. It was way cooler back in the day when, like, you know, you're playing like Call of Duty or something, and you know, you get all the skins based upon, like, how much you played or how good you did, you know what I mean? So, I think that was a lot cooler. I liked it a lot more, of course. But some people, like, yeah. Little Grand Charm. Oh, well, Halo Recon skin was legendary. I don't think I played Halo past or up until a point where they had like skins in the game, to be honest. Can't fully remember. Been a long time though. I think Reach was the last one I played, and I barely played it. I played just a tad online and played the single player, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't know. At that time period, it was like every first-person shooter had to have jetpacks and weird stuff in it, you know? Couldn't just be normal. They all had to add like wall running and jetpacks and super speed burst modes and stuff. You're saying it was for Reach? Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't play Reach hardly at all, to be honest. That was when I started playing... Well, probably was before that, I guess, but I was probably more Call of Duty at the time. Or something else. Let's see. Your mom said there's mouse and keyboard in D4. Sorry, I missed that up from a minute ago, but there's mouse and keyboard in D4, but not in D2R for console. Yeah, that pretty much is what I meant, to where I said I think that's a good excuse for them to use, but I'm suspicious about it. Like, oh, it would be unfair for the controller users. Like, well, maybe they shouldn't use a controller then. But also, D4 is cross-platform, right, too, so I don't know. I think it's more of they just didn't want to put in the effort, personally. Which, like I said, it's just how the world works. Whoops. Don't forget, YouTube, hit that like button for me also, by the way. Wow. One quick second checking something out. Interesting. Yeah, Mums. I do get it, and I get why people who want it would be upset, but I mean, you can't really blame somebody like... I don't know, if you owned a company and somebody was like, hey, I need you to spend thousands of dollars and make no profit from it. And you'd be like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. So, I mean, I kind of get it. Sheldon, you said you're grinding TZ Andy. Is there a TZ Andy online right now? Interesting. The game would sell more. I think right now, if they added in mouse and keyboard, they would not sell a single extra copy of the game, to be perfectly honest. I don't think they'd sell one copy. It's one of those things that's like good and stuff, but it's not like a selling point for a game. I think if they added in 2 or 3 more rune words, that would sell more copies than adding in mouse support for console. But hey, I'm just one guy, one opinion. Could be wrong. Not Mike. What's going on? Appreciate you. Yeah, so I stopped using anyone who hopped in here. I told the story a few times, but just in case there's new people or whatever, I'll shout out the story. I'm almost positive it was my streaming software, Streamlabs OBS, that they have actively been like changing things in it, and they constantly make it worse and worse and worse. So I'm pretty positive it was that. I will no longer be using them, if at all possible, and I will be using regular OBS. So. Ooh, what just happened? I mean, I know we're amped, but my god. Guy got nuked. Just wrecked. Oh, where am I going? Head up to Grease. Grease? I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that guy's name before. Actually.
Blessings to you.
Runaway Vet says, I don't want them to add or change anything. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much on board with that, too. I am anti-change guy, after all, so. But it's kind of a mixed bag with me anyways, because obviously if they do change things, let's be real, I would get more views, and I'd have easy stuff to make videos on, and, you know. How's the merch? It seems pretty good. I think I'm just going to change one or two things. Like, I'm just going to change, like, the coffee mug. Instead of having it sweet fill in a line around the mug, I think I'm going to stack them on top of each other. Which I don't know why I did that. That'd be the most obvious way to do it. And then I think that's about it. And then I'm gonna make it live here in the next day or two. And I need to come up with some more ideas too. So all my merch, I just have the basics, you know. I got the Sweet Phil t-shirt, Sweet Phil hat and mug, the Let's Get After It tank top, which is probably my favorite to be honest. But I need some. I need to come up with some good ideas. And of course, anything that could be Diablo 2 related, but wouldn't get me like sued would be usable, you know. So, but I have to come up with some stuff. Hey, babe. What? Yeah, I gotta figure that out one of these days soon here too. I might order a new cartridge for inside there. I think maybe it could be that, but the other cartridge was like $50, and the one I got was off-brand was like 10. You know. Probably a waste of money, probably won't fix it, but I gotta try something, so. Galback says hi, everybody. IRL, by the way. She told me to make sure I tell you guys to keep slaying. Maybe I'm making some of that up. She didn't say all that, but that's what she meant, though. Unidentified SOJ merch. So what should I do? Just have it like actually a screenshot from the game, like of a unidentified unique ring, and just have it say SOJ on it or something. Crazy MFer. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. The only thing is I'm not sure, because you would want to have something referenced to Diablo 2 so that you could, like, know what somebody was talking about. But I'm pretty positive blasting D2R logos on t-shirts would get you sued pretty quickly. Well, for the most part, they wouldn't find out unless I sold a lot of shirts. You know? But, I mean, I don't want to inherently commit crimes. So. Just have it Ja-ith Burr. I could use, I'm pretty sure it's fine to use just like screenshots of the runes, right? I could just put the runes on there. Or, you know. Groove, yeah, doing good, if that was directed towards me. Is she bringing anyone home? Any more wheels of cheese? No more wheels of cheese. Make a 3D printed status. 3D printed, statues. Interesting. I don't have a 3D printer. What I thought about doing is something that I have recently kind of been thinking about. An excuse to do something for myself, because I can do stuff myself and sell it on my merch store too. I've been thinking about getting a... Ooh, hold on a second. I'll finish that story in just a second. You'll have to wait. Good old Sandstorm Treks with a pretty dang low roll on the poison res, unfortunately. But they're a good boot. With me as Diablo? I don't know about that. Oh, I was thinking about getting a small, like, you know, a small, like, garage, like, forge, and buy a mold and make, like, little, like, sweet fill, like, coins or medallions or whatever. I could, like, do something crazy. I could either get ones to do, like, copper or other type of metals, or I could even, like, make, like, silver sweet fill tokens. That'd be nasty, but silver's getting up there in price, so I don't know. But I could, like, I could make those on demand, though, too, kind of, sort of, so. Well, you know what I could do? I just had a good idea. I wonder if I could do that. I just got a great idea. Yeah, the green hat. I feel like doesn't... I guess probably every person that makes Diablo 2 merch probably makes one of those green hats, huh? Is there like 5 different content creators that all have that green hat? Does anyone know in their merch store? Yeah. Slayer Guard. Ironskin Spear Mastery, dang. Not the craziest, but I've been looking for, like, the most god tierest wisdom base for a throw barb. No such luck yet. Grim Shield. Whoop. So any of y'all had any stream hiccups yet, really? A couple people said that they had some lag stuff, but if there's just like 1 or 2 people, then it kind of would generally mean it's on their end, which could happen. Also, what's going on, Nightbot? Love that guy. Nightbot's the best. So hit that like button for me, yeah? 0 issues. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Ralrune. Cool. Good to hear, Sheldon. Well, not that you had an issue on your end, but that the issue was on your end and it's looking good now. Got it all figured out. Cool, cool, cool. Appreciate you, Biff. Mr. T-Nub. Going on. So yeah, after I'd say hopefully for the next stream. Let's see, I have to get that finished. Hopefully by the next stream I can get the dual setup going so I can stream Twitch and YouTube. Not that anyone from Twitch. There's probably a couple people, maybe a few people here from that would usually watch on Twitch just because Twitch isn't running. But I'll get the dual streaming set up. I got to finish up the merch store thing. We'll get that finished up. And then obviously other things I got to get done. But ooh, third of the runes that you need for Enigma. $138 watching, yeah, a lot lower viewers today than normal. So I think I got like I think I got hit with a shadow ban because I went live for 5 minutes 3 times in a row within like 10 minutes, within 15 minutes yesterday. So I think YouTube like shadow hit me with a punishment, but hopefully that just doesn't last very long. No big deal. Also, it is just kind of a slow time between seasons or whatnot. So also D4 launch, so there's probably a lot of people playing that. So no, it makes sense. The legends are here. Those true slayers are here, so that's all that matters. But yeah, all you gotta hit the like button at least, though. Like Runaways, or like Retro says there. Totally. Holiday season coming up. Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of. We're in October here. Usually it's getting cooler outside. The weather's getting worse, so you'd think more people would be. It's not like summer vacation where, you know, everyone's going on vacation, so they wouldn't be watching as much. But maybe it's the other way. Everyone's going back to college, and they got their kids back in school and stuff, and they got more things going on. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, a lot of people, almost most people, said that who usually get notifications said they didn't get a notification today. So I think there is something going on with YouTube or whatever, and punishing me and my channel. But what you gonna do, huh? Just keep blasting. Keeping on blasting. 7,000. In it for the love of the game. I mean, that's true to a point, though. But, of course, since I do this full time, if nobody watches me, I'd have to quit streaming, so. SOJ! Well, nature's peace. Alright, alright. You ever need those oak sage charges? Am I right? That's what this is for, right? The oak sage charges? Plain monster rest in peace, I guess you could use that. Throw it on for prevent monster heal for the declone. All good stuff. Any good drops yet? Well, we had a TZ Andy earlier, so you know what that means. That was actually some of the craziest. I didn't find Tyrael's Might, so I'm not gonna leave you on the hook for that one. But some of the craziest RNG I've had, to be honest, for those drops. Discord is the most reliable. True story, yeah. Make sure you guys join up to Discord and have those notifications on at minimum. Have those notifications on for the new content thing, the new content channel. Anytime I post a video or go live, you'll get notified within seconds, within literal seconds. And also, great guys in there, great people way cooler than I am. Way cooler. You saw the Mang songs but had the AFK. I'll shout you guys out. I'll shout the legends that are in the live stream right now. I'll let you guys know, anyone hopped in here, what I had found at the TZ Andy. The crazy thing is, within the space of about 15 minutes, I found 3 Crown of Ages and Or was it 3? I think it was was it 2 of one and 3 of the other? I can't remember. Or was it 3 of each? Anyways, I found 3 Griswold's Valors, which is the set Corona, and then I found 3 Crown of Ages in about 15 minutes. So that was just like crazy. Very, very weird. Then yeah, I found a ton of stuff. Found that Mang songs, found all those Crown of Ages and the Griswold's Valor. A few Reaper's Tolls are not the rarest thing ever, but like Viper Fork and Steel Pillar are 87 items, I think. And Darl's Visages I found. Like that TZ Andy was like, yeah, easily I found as much in that 1 hour at TZ Andy as like the number of like noteworthy drops I got from like 12 hours of blasting P8 like terror zones with like the Hammerden, for example. Dream Paladin, I do not. I've never took the time to make. I don't have enough Jaws right now in single player. Maybe I could cube up to them, but it's hard for me to make rune words for just one specific character. Is there something going on here? Oh, it's part of the game. I'm an idiot. I thought my green screen was messed up. It was like a little bit of a tree back up behind me here. I thought it was my green screen messed up. You too. Good call on that one. I did just make Last Wish, though. I mean, you got to use them eventually. Last Wish you could use on more characters than Dream, generally, but... Gotham City, yeah, for sure. Easy Andy, busted. I know I talked about this a little bit the other day, but I never have good luck at TZ Meth, though, for some reason. Just anecdotal, of course. I understand how it should be, you know, how it is like that, but I personally just doesn't happen for me. Get back here. Yeah, whatever. Priorities, yeah, I mean, Last Wish over Dream, I guess. I really barely used the Last Wish anyway, so. Did I find a Griffin's yesterday? I don't know about yesterday. I forget what day it was, though. I did find a Griffin semi-recently. Yeah, yep. Sheldon says, okay for him, he doesn't get the luck there. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Got 140 here. Yeah, I want to check out what TZs are coming. Just real quick. We've got Great Marsh. Ooh, and then Trav at 3 o'clock. Let's go! Kidding, of course. Even though Trav is where I found my last unique sacred armor. But that bum was not the correct color. Tommy, I missed the context. Are you talking about the Griffins I found the other day, rolled mid? Or are you talking about the comment referring to the Last Wish that I made semi-recently? I think my Last Wish actually rolled really good if I remember correctly. Or did it not? I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Oh, thought I took him out. All right, I'm gonna stand my desk up actually, just to kind of like, you know, Switch it up. Never good to sit still for like 8 straight hours, am I right? Ooh, gotta flex a little bit when the camera sees. Just bringing the desk up. See, if you're intentionally act douchey, then it's funny. Put my gaming shoes on. You all have gaming shoes, right? We'll take the hat off for a little bit. It's a brand new hat, so it's a little snug. I need to... Chat seems a little low for some reason. Move the mic away a little bit. Eating it. There we go. Oh. What am I doing? I was trying to use static like I was a Nova Sorceress or something. Smart guy. Oh, Tommy said he made a Phoenix and it was mediocre. Gotcha. I'm pretty sure the Phoenix I made was bad. I do remember that. But the main thing, like, because that's the enhanced, it has enhanced damage on it, right? Or something, and I think mine rolled like anti-perfect, or like 1 off of anti-perfect on... But it really is just the redemption or whatever, you know, right? I mean, you do use it on fire stuff. It has a minus res, but I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. I can't remember stuff, so I don't remember stuff real good. Recoil, or that's not recoil. Oh yeah, it is recoil. Thought I misread that. Got an SOJ from Trav last night. Congratulations. SOJ, Ogrimal's, Shaco's, always hype. Big Drew. D-Web on offline. D-Web's a big one. Kind of sort of a big one. Obviously only used on the Necromancer, but it really sets off that poison necro hugely, bigly, massively, doubly bigly. You were target farming Nightmare Andy and couldn't get an SOJ? Oof. Unfortunate. But hey, you got one at least. The ED doesn't matter as much because Amazon just throws lightning. Yeah. It, yeah, only... I don't even know. I'm trying to think what melee build would use Phoenix. I don't know if I've ever heard of that, maybe. Not sure. Redemption was 10 to 15, you got 12. Yeah, I probably got 10 on mine, I'm sure. I'm sure. Best of Zombie, playing some old game lately. Final Fantasy VIII, SimCity 4, Roller Coaster Tycoon. Look at that. Some solid classics right there. I don't know about that Red Alert one, but never heard of it. Other one's legendary. Lord Recoil got Enigma finally after trading 3 low runes for the jaw you needed. Congrats. Congrats on that, Enigma. Clutch. Very clutch. Ooh. Yeah, you never realize how awesome Enigma is until you don't have an Enigma on, like, you're hammered in or something. The beginning of a ladder. You're like, oh boy. Group said just joined the Discord, but don't appreciate the fact that I had to scroll back to my birth year. Oh, ha! I don't know how that's set up when you do that. Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, most people, honestly, most people that play D2 are like in their 30s or 40s probably, so. Yeah, you're all good, Groove. Same age as me. So, good old Linamos Sash. Legendary. Legendary hell drop right there. 2 defense. It is actually, I don't know why. A lot of these low-level uniques, I think, look cooler than, like, the higher-level stuff. Like, Arachnus Mesh is just black. Like, you can't even tell it's there. It's almost invisible. But the sick green... Like, Torch of Ero looks nasty. You know, a lot of those lower level items look really cool for some reason. Probably because they worked the longest on them because they were the original uniques, right? And then when they were coming out with the patch, they're like, get this patch out, come on. Those like early, you know, Act 1, you could find them uniques. They worked on those the longest back in the day. Your mom said, Melee Druid rocking the Phoenix. I guess I have seen that now that you mention it. Now that you mention it, I forgot. Yeah, I have seen that a long time ago. Never used it myself, though. Retro John says he needs to actually trade. Never been a good at it. No idea how to grade what items are worth in runes. Yeah, usually what I would do is I'd look at what stuff traded for on the trade sites or whatever, and that's kind of how I get it. The one thing I will say though is that, like, for the average Joe, unless you like are trying to really min-max what you're trying to get for value-wise from stuff, like, if you can't find what you're looking for and something's like trades for like a lem, and someone's like, I got one for an ist, just like, and you have an ist, just give them this for it, you know, like, just get the item you need if it really will help you out. Like something huge, like early on, like a Viper Magi for like if you're on and you need a Viper Magi, but they're really not trading for a lot right now, but you need one and you have an ist and you don't have a lem, like just give them the ist, take the item. It's a huge boost, and you know what I mean. That's one thing that I would fall into a lot, where I'd be like, oh no, man, I just can't trade, blah 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 blah, and meanwhile I'm trying to, like, you know, make sure I don't quote unquote overpay for something, when really they're just pixels on a screen, and these pixels aren't going to help me. The other pixels are going to help me, and if I get that good item, I will actually be able to farm better and faster. I'll find more good stuff, and I'll get more value out of the drops I get from farming so much more efficiently than I would of the amount of hours I spent trying to negotiate and find the person selling the item for cheaper, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Right now, not TZ Andy. No, we started off the stream with with TZ Andy, and here we are now. After all that work for a Jaw rune, I found 11 lightning res, 19 to life small charm. Someone gave you a Jaw for it. Llama said you could have got 2, did he say? Those type of things are really hard for me to, those are hard things to judge, so I wouldn't really know necessarily, but yeah. 11 lightning res, 19 to life, so I wouldn't have suspected 2 Jaws for it. I would say 1 Jaw would have been good, but I don't, you know, I'm not expert value or guy by any means, so that would just have been like, I wouldn't even have said, I mean, a Jaw or a Burr for it. I forget which one's more valuable at what time in ladder or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I would have been happy with it. It's one of those things, it's like good luck finding somebody to give you 2 Jaws for it too, you know, I don't know. Pap Tater. Couldn't even list all the things I found from TZ Andy. It was actually popping off. So, if you wanted to, you could go back and, you know, when the stream's over, or anytime, really, whatever you want to do, but check the VOD, or just wait for the drop poly video either way. But actually, I got a lot of stuff on this one. After the last 4 or 5, I got, like, nothing, so. Am I doing fantasy football this year? I got a couple of leagues, but I didn't run my own league this year or anything, so. In years past, I've had some, you know, I've just had some troubles doing leagues with viewers, so I kind of stopped doing them, sort of. You know, people would like start losing or whatever, and then they just like wouldn't check their teams, or they would just like, you know, wouldn't put in a starting lineup or anything like that because they just give up, you know, and stuff like that. But see, Lewis said he was selling Iraqs for an ohm, and someone asked me if I had to change for burr, but I didn't. He came back in a few minutes later and just gave me a burr for it. Yeah, see, there you go. Well, that's probably somebody that like probably has like a bot too, and they're just like, oh well, they're worth like a whatever, forget it. My bot will get another burr rune tonight anyways, you know, like I've had stuff like that happen before. Four-socketed passion base. And what good four-socketed items need a phase blade? I can't think of if there is actually. His grief is 5, right? Or his grief. Wait. F tier low mal ral, right? Right? Yeah, F tier low mal ral is grief, right? Yeah. Nothing. Passion. That's about the only one. And it's not even good. But yeah, also my fantasy football teams that I do have, someone was asking about, they're doing terribly, so. I didn't know that Brian Thomas Jr. was going to be so bad this year. So crazy stat I heard, or I know this isn't like fantasy football channel, but I do like fantasy football, so I do talk about it from time to time. Brian Thomas Jr. has more drops on the season than he does catches, which is very bad. Usually wide receivers, like the really good receivers, they're like, oh, they've been 400 receptions and they've had 2 drops or something like that. So yeah. But I think Brian Thomas came into the season with a wrist injury and didn't tell anybody. I honestly think that's what happened, to be perfectly honest, from what I've been hearing. But oh. Sorry, I was missing some comments all of a sudden. Appreciate y'all and the enthusiasm, but yeah, sometimes I miss some comments. Do forgive me. The hater said TZ Andy was nutty the other day. Hope yours was the same. It was pretty nutty, I'm not gonna lie. A just quote-unquote 4 instance within 15 minutes, I found 3 Griswold's Valors, the Corona set helm, and I found 3 Crown of Ages in about 15 minutes from TZ Andy. That was weird. The Yamam's time for a couple egg and cheese sandwich. Nice. Enjoy, enjoy. Let's see. Recoil saying he suspects there's people with 8 virtual machines. Yeah, there's definitely people that I don't know what they do nowadays, and I've never really been one into that stuff. There used to be something called multi-boxing, I guess. I could be wrong here, but I think I remember hearing that from somebody, that they would have like 8 instances of Diablo 2 up and running, like on the same computer, so they could get PA while they're botting and stuff. Like I said, I don't know nothing about it, but would I roll a CTA in my... Wait, what? Would you guys roll a second CTA in my shoes? Oh. I'm like, how are you gonna make... What do you mean, in like the boots? Like, you have to make it in a weapon. Oh, man. I was like, what do you mean in your shoes? Like, what does that even mean? No, I get it now. That was pretty. Anyways, 2-5. You have Enigma and everything. So, which one's which again? You got 5 to battle orders though. I mean maybe. My first call to arms was like 4-2 or something. So I had to do another one. I got a 5-5. I'm good on that.
Hello.
2-5. I might if you have everything else made already. I mean, it's really just an ohm. Like a ohm all ist ral or something like that, or whatever it is. The expensive one though is really just like an ohm. The mid runes you're gonna get plenty of them. I probably would. Eventually. Crash says he has 8 instances. Interesting. Confirmed botter. It's confirmed. So, fellas on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button for me. Shout that out one more time. We got 106 likes, 160 people in here. People bashful on hitting the like button. Don't feel bashful. Go ahead. Nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. We got 158, huh? Huh? You still need to make infinity, you say, huh?
I need a key.
I don't know that the ohm necessarily, you know, I guess if you got enough, because you need, what, an ist for infinity. I'm assuming you'll find another ist before you can make infinity, maybe. I would probably hold off just to make sure you can, like, make infinity. Because what if it... I would much rather keep a 5 battle order. Ooh. Infinity, even if... Or, a 5 battle order call to arms. Excuse me, I couldn't... Brain glitch. Like, you don't know if maybe you find, like, a couple of runes here and there, and then you could take the runes you have to cube up to make another rune to make infinity. Infinity is so awesome. For casters, it, like, doubles your damage. Not literally, but it probably boosts your damage by, like, 50%. Like, I don't know what the actual literal number is, but probably something crazy like that. Great Marsh. I feel like I can't justify farming Great Marsh, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I can't justify it. Like button scary, says Jordan. Sorry to hear that. He had a like buttonophobia. Retro Nerd Life, he got a 661, like hitting the lottery. Ooh. Right? That is crazy.
How may I help you?
Let's see. Recoil says max roll with 1 player SOJ from Andy goes from 1 in 1200 to like 1 in 800 with 2 people in the party together. From P1 Recoil, I don't know, maybe I'm pretty sure everyone has this experience, but going from players 1 to like players 3, and I'm talking like single player. I could pull up the chart or whatever with the no drop chance graph and everything. Maybe I don't even have the waypoint. Maybe we'll go back and see. There's always souls there though, or glums or whatever, but you get like twice as many items on P3 relative to players 1. So, like that's what the statistical odds are from like all the monsters, unless there's certain instances where it's different. And some act bosses are some of those instances when it's different. But I've always seen that from Andy, so. Then on P1 you'll take her out and it'll drop like 2 items and then. the higher players counts, you'll get all the items, you know, sometimes. I never had... See, this isn't too bad if there's no gloams out here, huh? Ain't too bad at all. Yeah, Unknown saying melee even gets helped by Infinity with the hurting their defense. True story on that one. Your mom's talking about Infinity. He feels it does double your damage. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Honestly, it's hard to calculate because it depends on each monster. How much damage it actually increases percentage-wise is relative to the amount of resistance that they have, you know. Because if some monster... I guess the easiest way would be what? If a monster had 50% resistance in Infinity... I forget how much resistance it subtracts. Is it 73? I don't remember. Let's say I remember correctly, which would be shocking, and it was 73% it minuses from their resistance. If a monster had 73 res, that would double the damage, right? Is my math correct there? I don't think anything I said is correct there, but you get what I'm saying though, that the amount of res they have would change the percentage of like benefit technically of what it does. It's 85? Okay, gotcha. You get what I'm saying. Maybe. Yeah, Smuff says it's 85. Appreciate you. Let's see. Tater must be answering someone's question I missed there. Says you can farm Hell Andy for High Lords. Sounds about right. Yeah, High Lords is one of those ones that it's like impossible to target farm. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't get the waypoint. I can't do that. Can't do it. Dang, you don't get any experience at this high level, but I really don't want to do the Great March, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Maybe we'll wing it one more time. I just know that I'm gonna waste my time to go out there and get the waypoint, and then what's going on here? There's just gonna be souls everywhere, dolls everywhere. Where's the way out of here? Okay. Unbelievable. Yeah, there we go. We'll see, this ain't too bad. If the Great March was like this every time, people wouldn't mind it. Time for some bail runs. I mean, I hate bail runs too, so. I mean, this really wouldn't be too bad. We got bile, we got the slow stuff, we got the, what do you call them? Flares, there you go. The fetishes. Level 98 right now? Yes, I am. When I started this the other day, I was 97, but we got up to 98 relatively quickly. I was pretty close to 98 already. That's kind of why I was magic fine to 99. Ooh. Yeah. See, Retro made Infinity before Enigma wasn't going to sit on 2 Burr runes hoping for a Jaw to drop. Or another Burr. Best decision you ever made, huh? Yeah, I kind of go the other way on that one, but yeah, to each their own. I've done it both ways, where I made Infinity first, and then I felt like I was trapped on Sorceress, but I guess if that's all you want to play. Trapped on Sorceress, or you're running like Trav and Eldritch with a Barb, and that's like all you can do. One more Jaw for Dream. Best of luck. Best of luck. Those Jaws don't come as often as a lot of us would like it, huh? Yeah, Lord Recoil. Yeah, he says there is a difference between players in the game and players in your party that are also near you. Very true, yeah. So I got a, well, with almost everything in D2, I guess I have a video about it, but yeah, I got a video about it talking about all that stuff. You know, with going over the graph that shows, you know, players in the party, drop rates and stuff, yeah. You say the drop rates for 2 players in a party next to each other is the same as P3 when they're not? Yeah, I guess I don't remember that. Very well could be, and I guess so you have no reason to make that up. Every time I look it up, I find the thumbnail to my video, actually. So, what's the players in game drop rates? D2I. Yeah. Actually, my web browser thing I think is messed up. Oh, actually, all my scenes are messed up. You'll just have to take my word on it. I forgot I didn't get all my scenes set up correctly. So yeah. Yeah, that is kind of a shockingly good like foresight on the creators of the game, that when you have people actually near each other, you're going to want there to be more drops, because you won't be able to get any of them, like all of them, you know what I mean? Like, to incentivize people to actually play together. Classic trust me bro moment. I was looking right at it. I mean, it's just my scenes are messed up because I just switched streaming softwares, so. Fine, fine, I'll pull it up in just a second here. Give me a sec. I probably could have my full screen set up working right here. Maybe. Let's go. Fine, fine, fine. You asked for it. Now I gotta take time to do it. Thanks a lot. Perfect. See? The thumbnail. Farming solo is best? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Oh. Yeah, everything's messed up in these scenes. Wait, what's this one? I don't know why it doubled all of my stuff in everything. Real weird. What? Why is it not? Apparently it's not going to work. But anyways, you get the drift. There's the picture of it. I can never find this post again, but I could always find my thumbnail and look at the percentages over here. That like players 2 is the same as players 3 that aren't by each other. Yeah, what he was saying. The percentage. So yeah. So this is why these front numbers, or not the front numbers, like P1 and players 2, but with 1 not near each other, are the same drops. That's why single player is the best or whatever. So that's why players 1, you don't want to go to 2 unless you're trying to get more experience, because the experience does scale, but not the drops on offline. Then 3 and 4 is the same. But there's this whole thing based upon how many are in your party or how many are near each other. So yeah, players 7 and players 8 right here is the same as 4 and 4, like he was saying. So yeah, right on. Right on. I'm on P7 right now, Tater, yeah. Yeah. If you were asking me. Could have been directed towards somebody else. Rico said before you learned that he was always trying to get a third person in the game. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have really thought about that either, because usually people never farm with each other. But I guess if you act with actual friends, you know, in real life, you know. Retro says on console we can't manipulate seeds, so we have a hard time. I mean, nobody does that. I mean, if you're changing the seed number around, you're essentially just like cheating. Essentially. So I feel like nobody really does that. A few people do just for the funsies once in a, like whatever, but and yeah, I see up here you say usually you have to run around 1,000 runs to get a high rune from. You're probably talking LK. It's 1 in 500 is the average for LK usually. Actually, I think it's like 1 in 400 and something, but people just say 1 in 500. And that's just what I say too, so. So Mewtwo asks, is there no difference between offline and online? So like right now, this is player 7 difficulty, and I'm obviously out there farming by myself with no one in my party near me. The drops will be identical to if you were playing online and there was 7 people in the game, but they weren't in your party and next to you, yes. But depending on like how many are in your party, how many are near you, how many aren't near you, that will change stuff up. But on single player, obviously, you're never going to have somebody in your party that's near you. It's just because those people are just a number that you typed in, right? Or you slid a slider over. Tater, you're all good? Yeah, you were asking somebody else. I thought that after I read it. Definitely can happen. Sheldon said hit like 1,000 LK runs, hadn't got anything. Yeah, you definitely want to do P7 in you know, my expert opinion for LK, and also it has happened where I did 1,000 runs one time and I got no high runes and I went, ugh! I'm gonna reset this map because I don't know if it really matters, but I know that I'm driving myself crazy just wondering if it does matter or not. So I would say for your own sanity, if you did 1,000 runs and you get a high rune, go to hell, come back, or go to nightmare, come back to hell, try to find a good map. Keep doing that over and over until you get a good map and try a different seed. Smolps, find a good bone knife. I'll see what I can do. Hopefully you get one too, huh? See what I can do. Oh, sorry, Sheldon. I missed that when you said that. My bad. Sheldon H, you're online. Okay, if you're online, do not run lower caress. My bad. I should have noticed that before. My bad. What's going on? Simon? I think it's Seisman. Sorry on the pronunciation. That's incorrect. See, Rico said we were making 8-player battle runs to farm essences, just hope to snatch them up. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Bale drop odd. I think Bale's drops in general, I think, are capped at 8, or at 3, excuse me. So, I don't know. I assume that essences are the same as every other item, though. That, you know, their drop odds usually increase with players count. But yeah, Bale's drop odds are capped at 3 for whatever reason. Her can drop in Act 2. Good old autocorrect gotcha. Good old autocorrect. You're all good, Shelton. Don't know till you know, right? Don't know till you know. Ooh. All done. All done with that area. 218 here. What do we got going on? The leaked neighbors is questionable. Get out of here. Wait, what? Nice. Yeah, back to running Arcane. Arcane's not too bad, yeah. Not a bad place at all. If you're online, usually trading's the go-to. Just farming wherever you like to, and you'll end up finding like some 15% superior like random armor base that somebody will give you a high rune for. Or like some small charm that somebody will give you a high rune for, you know? Honestly, one of the ways that, especially online, I know trading on console and stuff, you know, this time of year too, out of season can be tough, but running at the beginning of ladder, I always run the Countess, and not that you're going to get, like, you usually don't get rich quick doing that, but it's like so consistent, you know, to save up the runes to make spirit rune sets, and Ral runes you can trade for people doing crafting and stuff, and maybe you get lucky along the way there a little bit too. This one's looking rough now. Oh, there we go. We got some. There's just zombies everywhere. 3 zombies here, 2 zombies there. Yeah, getting the likes up eventually here, right? A lot of those people that hit the like button had already left, and other people came in. So, boy, this map stinks right now. It wasn't bad a couple of times, but now there's just like 2 zombies here, 3 zombies there, 4 zombies there. Hard pass. Maybe we'll just blast Chaos Sanctuary. It's not going to give me a lot of experience to get towards 99 here, but oh well. $270 to $895 on the defense. Nice there, Tommy. I usually don't even think about it, though, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever been in a situation I was like, man, I wish I had more defense on my sorceress, you know? If only I had more defense. I mean, it does something. I'm not going to say it does nothing, but, you know. Rico said 1 in 65,000 chance of a burn on LK at P1. Oof. That's rough. I never even looked into that before. Ithrune. James, welcome in. James, did you say you got a notification or you got, oh, you got no notification? Yeah. It seems as though nobody got a notification for the stream. Like literally nobody. So I don't know what happened. I think I got hurt. I got shadow banned or something in the algorithm or something. I'm not really sure, but we'll have to see a few more times. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. You know, YouTube is like the worst. The only thing I can tell people is make sure you join the Discord and have notifications turned on for that. That's like the only thing that someone can do really, because YouTube will, if you subscribe to a channel, you like all their videos, you watch all the videos start to finish, you subscribe, you have notifications turned on and everything, YouTube can just decide to not show you any of their videos or streams or nothing. So, and they do that all the time with people. So bunch of rals and amethysts waiting in the stash. Yeah, unless you're like rich, this is what I kind of recommend to people anyways. Unless you're rich and you're like re-rolling like for fun, honestly you're better off trading away crafting materials like that, because you might get super lucky, but you probably aren't. Good old Superior Monarch. Is it going to be the most god tier spirit base of all time, or no? See, Distortion. Found a perfect Griffins last week from TZ Andy. Now she drops me an anti-perfect on. Well, can't complain about finding 2 Griffins, I guess, huh? Well, I mean, you can, but... Oh, this map seed or whatever it is, it drops them over here all the time. I don't know if you noticed how small that pack was. It always drops. It's not always, but 50% of the time this Desace pack drops over here. There's not enough room for all the monsters. It's only like 4 of them spawn instead of like 10 or 15 or whatever it is. It's kind of funny. See, Distortion says Griffins, Death Phasm, Arax, 2 SOJs within 80 runs. Pretty solid. All good stuff right there. Ah, Recoil, I was the first in your recommendations, at least. Well, at least there's that. A bunch of people told me that they got the Discord notification, and then they came to YouTube and they didn't see that I was live, and they had to keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and refreshing the recommended page until eventually it popped up. They said they had to refresh their page like 10 or 15 times to, like, you know how you refresh it and it updates to new videos or whatever? They had to keep refreshing it before I was on their recommended page, which is weird. Sheldon, you're using your keys to get moolah, like keys from the Countess and stuff. I'm guessing you're saying. Yeah, trading keys and stuff too. I don't know if you mean trading them to get stuff or using them to farm torches, but either way, yeah, you can. Yeah, that's pretty consistent. You know, farming torches if that's what you're doing. Or I generally just trade them because I don't. Honestly, I don't want to go farm the keys from the summoner. I hate farming the summoner. I like doing Arcane if you have a build for it, but I hate doing the summoner. I feel like the summoner, I don't care what the odds say, okay? The summoner has to have the worst drop odds for keys out of any of them. Has to. I will never believe anyone who says otherwise. I know it doesn't say that in the statistical odds, but he has to. Gauntlets, Phase Blade. It is known. Got a Vex rune, 6 summoner keys. Okay, all right. Yeah, join up in that Discord. Yeah, for sure. A lot of cool, all the cool dudes in here up in there, and They're way cooler than I am, and you'll always get notifications anytime I post a video or go live within seconds. Usually, honestly, my phone goes off and notifies me that I'm going live before my software finishes loading. Be straight up. Like, that's how fast it'll notify you. See, Sheldon said the summoner be like that, but sometimes he'll give you the double key drop too. I feel like I never get the double key drop from the summoner. I can remember once or twice in my life, so I'm not gonna say literally never, but I get that from the Countess, but I do a ton of Countess runs, so it's obviously bound to happen. I can remember from Neelathak, but man, anytime I run the summoner, like, ugh. Just seems like... It's probably too because the summoner doesn't drop anything else. You know? The Countess drops those runes, so there's something to kind of pay attention to, and there's like other monsters around that drop some stuff sometimes, and when you're going after Neelathak, there's all those other monsters around, right? So there's other things to look at. You kill a summoner, he drops like 300 gold, a super potion, and like arrows, and you're like, thank you. Like, that's all he drops. He went online is harsh. For sure, yeah. But I even run it on like higher players counts on single player usually. Yeah, I've done both, but yeah. Nope. I risked it a little bit, but as soon as I see my life going down, I was like, I'm out of here.
I can't carry anymore. Not even death can save him from me.
No good. Recoil said the Vex he had. Put that towards everything, towards a group of stuff to trade for the Jaw. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Lord Recoil said it was interesting when you just needed one more key to be able to afford an Enigma. Interesting because what? Then you couldn't find the one key you needed, or? Yeah, and T-Foss, that sounds about right. Several hours, no keys, and then you pop off 5 of them in no time. Good old Diablo 2 for you, huh? Wow, there's like 5 monsters in here. What's going on? Good old RNG. Keep seeing these popping off a bunch of runes, but they're all garbaggio. James says, lucky me playing online by myself 99% of the time. Yeah, that's why also, like, if you're run the Countess, she drops more, like, runes more often on P1 than the higher players count, so. That's why it's the most consistent for a lot of people to run, because, you know, you don't have to try to wait for people to get in or, like, try to find people to play with. You just hop into a game by yourself and you can go, and that's like the most efficient count to farm it on. Will you stop moving, you bum? Recoil talking about the item find. Yeah, the item find barb is nasty for a bazillion things. I was trying to think. You can't, you can't item find the summoner, can you? No, because the summoner is. I think all the key holders are all ones to complete quests. So I don't think you can item find any of them, unless I'm mistaken. Man, runes everywhere, but none of them are high runes. This help me out, game.
Not even death can save you from me.
Chaos armor, which is, of course, strengths. Nailed it! I remember everything. Always. Never forget. Retro saying, if you farm online, might as well hop to single player. Sort of agree with that. I think playing single player, a lot of people give it like a bad rap or whatever. Or, I don't know, people just are hesitant to do it for some reason. Not really sure why. The whole starting over thing. That's the best part. Skeleton might transfer to single player, to be honest. Do it. So great. So great. Does take a while to build everything up though, but it's so gratifying. You know, you actually find everything all yourself. It's not like you get some you know, you find some random gear that you don't even need and someone gives you like 2 jaw for it or something for some reason because their bot just found those jaws or something like that. Which, I don't want to hate on people being generous, I guess, but there is something different about having to find everything yourself. Use that before I get taken out. Name something worse than burning the top of your mouth. I mean, there are definitely worse things, but yeah, that's no fun for sure. For sure.
I can't carry anymore.
Next ladder reset, Raging Fishaholic. No idea, no idea. Few weeks? Month? Not sure. We'll find out when they tell us. Distortion said fun starting out because you're constantly leveling up your gear, right? Right. It does make, I feel like it makes so many drops so much more exciting when you start out single player. T-Nub said he got an assassin torch for his, sounds like first Uber run. Well, if you got an assassin, I guess it's good for you. If not, probably not. What's going on, Rascal? Welcome in. Sorry, getting a little behind in the comments. Do forgive me. Groove saying definitely satisfying. Finding your own stuff. For sure. Rico said he was so excited for the perfect amethyst for your Saigon's helm. Nice. Legendary. I used to do that, I have not recently, of course, but I used to grab like just all kinds of stuff that wasn't really very good and just take it to just make a game like we'll say like Immortal Kings, not like stuff that's like terrible, but like, you know, Immortal King's helmet. Like, what are you gonna trade that for? And I'd be like, Immortal King's helmet for a perfect amethyst or something, and create a game. And I'd go out and magic find, and then someone would join, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's like a great deal," because they can find an amethyst, no problem. But finding trades and like finding better gear is like really hard for a lot of people. Or like a Ral rune, like you could farm the Countess and find a Ral rune in Nightmare. They take like you know, just very mediocre stuff that you usually couldn't trade at all, and people don't realize that the crafting materials you can actually trade for quite a bit. So you could pretty much turn like an inventory, like this area of space worth of like items that you'd usually just throw on the ground, into like, you know, 5 amethysts and 5 Rals or something, you know what I mean? And save up and save up and save up that way. Give me one quick second. I was seeing like some kind of artifacting or something on my... Oh, I think it's just my OBS preview window, actually. Like over here, this all looks like it's... I don't know, hopefully it doesn't look like it for you. This all looks like it's flickering on my OBS preview window, but when I opened up the stream, it didn't look like that on YouTube, so... Did I figure out the interlacing thing? I did not, but what I did, Grindy, is actually right now, from now on, I'm never using Streamlabs OBS again. I was only using it before because I had used it forever and everything was set up and it was super easy and I didn't want to have to relearn how to do stuff, but I've been having so many different problems and I've essentially completely decided that I believe anyways, until further notice, until something happens. It was Streamlabs OBS that was the problem. There's something wrong with it. There was some update. There were several updates. Every time they do updates, they keep breaking it, and they break it again, they break it again. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened this time again. They did some update to Streamlabs, and it broke everything. So... I'm done with that. No more broken Streamlabs. I just need to figure out how to multi-stream here on regular OBS. But it shouldn't be too hard. I should be able to figure it out. There's got to be... Dual streaming's so common now that I know there's a plugin you can download that's free and you can just do it. So I just gotta find the video that has the link in the description of the plugin I need to get it and click about 10 buttons and log in, and then it should be good to go forever pretty much. So boycott Streamlabs, you ain't kidding. Cancel Streamlabs. Those scumbags. I don't understand why all software nowadays, every time, like, at least a couple of times a year, they do all these updates. And, like, a couple of times a year, it completely breaks the software. Why is this the case? I don't understand. Everything. Happens with Windows, happens with just everything. I don't know. Am I using Stream Elements then? No, I actually, right now I'm using regular OBS, but I'm still using the Streamlabs alerts and stuff. And this is actually my chat going through Streamlabs, but then I'm capturing it into OBS. So luckily, firing up regular OBS, it was relatively smooth, to be perfectly honest. I just, like, imported my scenes, but for some reason, when I imported the scenes, it doubled and copied, like everything. Like, I had two cameras, but one was, like, big over on that side and one small over here. The chat was in two different spots. I didn't know what I had to go through and delete half of them on every scene, every single scene I had, which I have only done a couple of them so far, but... The Rico says, yep, you can almost get an IST for like 14 rels. $3.8 million rels to make an IST. Oh, like cubing the rels together, you're saying? Oh, yeah, don't do that. If it's not broken, you gotta fix it. Yeah, pretty much. They just keep breaking everything. The experience bar is not fun to watch. No. Especially at level 98 in the Chaos Sanctuary, but I don't want to run the Terror Zone, and I mean, Diablo gives me a little bit of experience, but essentially the only thing that would give me is the Terror Zones. I just couldn't do it anymore. When every other Terror Zone, you just like have to save and exit because you're not, you teleport around for like 2 minutes and there's like no density anywhere. It's like, ugh. Ookie. Starting a Sorc on single player. Let's go! Sheldon, get after it. So Rascal, you said it sounds a bit more complicated. It actually wasn't, because all I did was go to my... Really, I opened OBS. I went to import profiles, and then I went to... And then I clicked on them, and I imported them. But the only issue was that it... Like I said, for some reason, all the scenes, it like doubled everything. So, but everything's set up exactly the way I want it, but then there's a bunch of stuff on there that I don't need. So I have to go through and look at it, and hit remove, remove, remove. And so it'd probably only take me about 15 minutes at most. Really, just for my Diablo 2 scenes, it'll probably just take me like 5 minutes. So realistically, it'd probably take me at most 10 minutes to do everything I need to do. But I literally didn't have enough time before I wanted to go live for TZ Andy earlier, so I just didn't have time to do it. But yeah, this was already set up. My chat was already set up. The only thing is, I'm not sure if the Twitch/YouTube chat is going to be all set and good to go together there. I'll have to double check. And then figure out the dual streaming thing. I'll be good to go. Players 8 at the start? Probably not, no. You can't really rock P8 on... I mean, you can run a little bit of single player P8 super early on to get experience, like out in the Bloodmoor and a little bit further than that, or whatever you want to do, I guess, but usually not, though. Bill, you know it'll take more than 10 minutes. It shouldn't. How can I mess up deleting stuff? Am I right? Yeah, but the 10-minute thing was only me deleting things that I don't need. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes, right? 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 Res ring! Yeah, tip from me to you, always run Ubers on P1, by the way, as well. The number of times I forgot to, you know, forgot to switch Ubers to P1. Probably like 2 or 3 times, to be honest. Will I delete the wrong thing? Well, at least adding in and deleting things isn't really that hard to do. And when you remove something, you don't delete it. It just isn't on that scene anymore. So you could just click add like video capture, and your camera will be there already, like ready to go. Little death mask.
Not even death can save you from me.
Ooh, Storm Shield. I feel like Diablo has high Storm Shield rates. I feel like I find it quite often. But yeah, Storm Shield, a classic. Always neat to see. Always cool to find. I like it. Definitely have some already. I don't know. I think 512, isn't that like really good on the defense? Let me look real quick. Why not? I can pull it up super fast. Yeah, so 519 looks like the max on the defense, so. Yeah. Don't need another one, though. Dunkel, what's going on? Made it in for some epicness. Hopefully. Yeah, Marty, they kind of have that in there, you know, so that way you could create another scene. You can just, like, pick your same camera. And it'll have, like, your same... If you have filters on or anything, it'll have the same filters. Or, like, your audio levels will be the same on the next scene as relative to the last one when you audio input capture and stuff, so... But yeah, works out. Mr. Bicep, big fan. Can I ask you to put some item highlights on your screen when you found something good, please? Nope. Nope, won't be doing that. Item highlights on the screen. You want me to do what Mr. Llama does and put them all over on the side? No, I used to do that, but it hurts your videos and it hurts your streams and stuff, so... Because what people end up doing is, let's say I make a drop highlight video and I take the clips from my stream. People will see that I have the list of the good stuff over on the side, and then they'll scroll to the end to see what the list was, and then they'll look where the best items were at, and only watch those little sections. So you'll end up with a really low audience retention rate on your videos. And then for the VODs for the streams too, you end up with the same thing. So it would be literally irresponsible for me to do that. Just an FYI, I know a lot of people don't think about all the ins and outs of streaming and stuff, so. Appreciate you being a big fan, though, and watching. Grand Charm. Marty said unidentified. They could be... That's how you look at the Storm Shield if it's 148. Gotcha. Yeah, when I pulled it up on Diablo Wiki or whatever, it had 2 lists of... it had like the minimum defense that it could be and the maximum. Because it's based on character level, right? So if you were like a level 1 character holding it, what the max defense would be. And then if you were... which would be 99, which I'm 98, which is almost there. So I guess I'd have to see. I don't know. I don't remember how much was per level on the defense there for Storm Shield. Maybe it was a couple off of perfect or whatever. Grab all those. ATX, time to smash that like button. Yeah, what a legend right there. Appreciate ya. What? Why would I eat a ham sandwich on stream, Ryan? Interesting, interesting idea. I guess. Maybe I missed some context there? Wait, what was that? I see a rune. Oh, just an F. Okay. Of course it was. Bill doesn't find high runes. Just ith runes and neph runes everywhere. Yeah, Scott. So yeah, offline single player right now. Yep. P7 offline. Well, I run Trav in 8 minutes. Ugh. God. Maybe. What time we got? We got 3 o'clock, so I have about a half hour left. I can stream technically. Trav's the best. I disagree, but you know. I tend to disagree.
Not even death can save you from me.
Grindy says better to run the pits than a terror zone. I usually agree with you, yeah. Since I'm magic fine to 99 at the moment, I might just do whatever the terror zone is, but yeah. Do you consider non-insight Merc Doom Might or Defiance Aura? So you're saying if you go with Doom, would you go with Might or Defiance? So Doom. Wait. I looked at it. I don't really ever do that, so I'm confused in my brain real quick. Yeah, let me look it up so I can answer. I was kind of stalling too because I don't know that I really want to do Axis pole arms. So it's got the cold aura on it, right? Let me scroll over here. Yeah, that's why you wouldn't have the cold aura. Might, Defiance, I don't know. I don't remember. I've only used, I think I do have a Doom in a pole arm for an Act 2 Mercenary, maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know that I can really answer that for you, actually. I guess the Might one is what I would say, but with low confidence, I guess. Because that's nothing I'd usually ever do. The Bicep said he played ladder for his Mosaic, farmed up a full Tal set, now I farm with Mosaic. Better drops with the Sorc. I don't know how the magic find sits on a Mosaic Assassin, but I know Mosaic is just like absolutely busted from everything I've seen. So, of course, there's anecdotal, anecdoteness as well. Full rejuves the OG purple drank. Oh boy. Oh boy. What am I do? I've actually been standing for a while. I'm gonna sit my fat butt back down. Exhausted from all this standing. No, it's actually shockingly annoying to just stand completely still for a bunch of hours. If anyone's ever worked in factories before, you'd know what I'm talking about. at least good to like walk around a little bit, you know? Grindy talking about Trav that 99.999, I believe anyways, % chance of arrows, and then that little bit chance of everything else. Yeah, that's oopsie. How it seems for me when I'm out at Trav anyways. It's just a bunch of gold, and I guess I did find a unique sacred armor the last time I ran a TZ. Oh, no wonder nothing's dying. Call to arms out, just blasting. No concentration aura. That Yobo? One of my first jobs would be standing in front of a door for 6 to 8 hours. Standing in front of a door. So you're saying like a factory job where you just had to like open and close the door and get parts out or something probably? Yeah, I had a lot of jobs like that. You just like invent excuses for why you have to walk to the back of the machine and stuff. Don't want to stand completely still. Rico said he loves in the P8 Bale waves when a Mosaic Assassin joins and just melts all the waves. Yeah, I actually hate that. I hate when a Mosaic Assassin comes in and then my retinas get destroyed from just like a solar flare that shoots out of my monitor. I forgot to put on my welding mask. MF on the Pally right here. I don't remember. 360 or something? 316, close. Yeah, then your game crashes. Exactly. I remember when Mosaic first came out, the game was crashing like all the time. And then they must have done something, because it started not being as bad, but also I do not play with Mosaic Assassins online anymore. When I stream, I ban Mosaic Assassins from my game. And then, if I'm ever playing and I'm not streaming, I just, like, leave the game.
I can't carry any.
Not even death can save you from me.
Groove Hero, a soul, unfortunate, from Nightmare. From Nightmare Forge, unfortunate. Do I prefer 75 or 125 setup? 125 for sure. 75 is only if I don't have good enough gear to get to 125. Pulling green chain. I don't know what that means, Fishaholic, but you say stacking lumber is fun. Doesn't sound fun. Take your word on it, though. I mean, obviously you're being sarcastic, I'm sure, but... Mercenary, no! But yeah, I don't like Trav. Even with good gear, your merc gets... Like, every run your merc can just die, because... Even with, like, the best gear. If you want to have your merc with you, you gotta set him up with, like, a... Kira's Guardian Angel. With, like, a Reaper's Toll for the life leech. And the super fast attack speed. Martin says Haas forever. I mean, Haas, obviously you lose the FCR from the Spirit, so you wouldn't get the 125 unless I did something different, I suppose, but... I think, what, do you get extra skills? More survivability, maybe, from that? I use Haas on a, bow pally, but I don't on the Hammerden. Ethrune. Run went a little smoother. Got a little bit better strat. No Hork. Yeah, no Hork on the pally. Recoil saying, Merc needs special gear for Trav. If he dies, he dies. Have him cast all the Hydras down there. Whoa. I guess that would be the Conviction Aura probably hitting me, yeah? I'm all amped up, that's what it is. One of them's cursed. Forget what do I have set up over? Yeah, I got the Cure Helm here, so the curse is already gone. Which is cool. Grand Charm, check the Sunday. Garbaggio. Plus 1 to find item, so anyone can use it, huh? Nah, I don't. If there was find item on any character, nobody would ever play a barbarian again. So I would not like that. Ooh, we know what it is. Unidentified SOJ. Oh, well, we could throw that on. Help us out around here, huh? Could. We could. Good luck on bowling. Appreciate you, Jumbo Jet. We do have the bowling tonight. I'm probably going to bowl at 700. So there's 10 frames, and if you knock down, there's 10 pins out there. So if I knock down all the pins every time, I'll knock down 100 pins. So we'll see if I can get a 100 today. It was crazy. Anyone who, this first week in this league, a guy bowled a 300 against us. That was cool. But it was kind of neat, to be honest, but also makes it hard to win when people both 300s against you. In some super mega casual every other Wednesday league. But it's just for fun, kind of, sort of, anyways, I guess, but... Rico said it'd have to be like level 20 find item to have any chance. Well, it's one of those ones like, I forget, like, how you have 1 to Enigma on teleport. Do all your other plus skills add on top of that 1? Well, I guess I could just go like this. Yeah, because it's level 14 right here. So anybody could easily get a level like 14 item find, so. I don't know what percentage that would be. Probably like 50%. Yeah, I would say that literally nobody would play Barbarian ever again. If every Sorceress and every Mosaic Assassin has level 20 find item. Have I ever bowled a 300? No. I think my best game is like in the 240s. I'm not actually like great at bowling. My average is like a 170 something. So... This is the first... I bowled in a league with my wife, my sister-in-law, and my mother-in-law for like 2 or 3 years. This is the first time I bowled in a league, and that's the first time I actually like started bowling, actually tried to bowl. Before that, it would be like cosmic bowling with the friends when I was like 19, you know. So this is the first league I've ever bowled in, like, by myself, you know. So. Not by myself, I mean, I'm bowling with some buddies, but, you know, I never set up a league and got a team together and whatnot. Or got on a team, you know, so. Do you cube the ingredients to get the burger? What? Ryan, you're saying a bunch of confusing things, I'm gonna be honest. Recoil said, without the synergy, find item is a bad chance. I mean, level 20 find item is like a 50% chance to get a second item. When you get the higher scaling, that's when it's like 2 points into find item is like 1%, or 3 points. But yeah, find item. Let's look it up. D2R, of course. We don't want to look up lenses for something or something or something or something. It is level 20 is 51% chance of finding an item. How about that? Level 16 is 49% chance. So, wonder if my web browser, what that looks like. Yeah, see what happens with all this extra stuff up there? Don't worry about the sweet fill letters and stuff. But yeah, level 20 is a 50% chance. After you do the find item synergy, it only raises it up to 70% chance. Like, it does help, but after this right here, after level like the plus skills on here, it takes like 2 or 3 points after you get up further to add a percent on. I'll have to fix that later. Don't worry about that. But yeah. Find item on an item wouldn't blind you like Mosaic, at least. I mean, that is true, yeah, but I think a 1 to find item would be borderline more busted than Mosaic. Maybe not, but it still would be. It'd be too much in my opinion. Yeah, Marty, yeah. I'm not sure in the context there, but yeah, there would be no synergy with you having 1 to find item or whatever on an item. But the stuff I looked up, and maybe you were probably referring to somebody else, but the percentage I looked up was without the no synergy on it. There's Marty says there's mods that have find item on a random weapons and stuff, or on items. Well, I guess I'll never know, huh? Guess I'll never know.
I am overburdened.
Jane's up here said, in a perfect world, every character would have a different skill that would help out farming and or magic finding. That would be interesting. Like you said, a necromancer would have a curse that would increase the chance of good items dropping. Somebody up here is annoying. That's what I don't like about Trav. Because there's so many elites all packed together. So it's just bound to have one of them who's cursed, you know? There's just bound to be one of them that's smited, you know? One of them's bound to have conviction. I almost got in there for a second. Jumbo just says mods kill the game. Splits up the player base, so no one particular game has enough people to really keep the community going. Kind of true, to be honest. Recoil saying 51% on a non-barb would be OP. Would be crazy. In my opinion. $20 to life, 10 mana, small charm. It would be worth a little bit. I don't know exactly. Because, let's see, the mana could go to 17. So, I'm not really sure what it'd be worth. But I feel like you could get it, like, it's not worthless, yeah. I mean, I would guess at like an ist or something, but I could be so far off. Not great at knowing values on things that are like that. Charms that are like, they're goodish, but they're like unperfect, you know? Yeah, 1 to light radius. There you go. Marty said he broke down, got the expansion for D4 because it was $17 after taxes. Oh. Well, that's because the next expansion is going to come out in like a month, so. Then you're going to have to buy, if you want to play with everybody again, you're going to have to buy the next expansion too. Gotta ask, is this hardcore? No. Nope. I generally do not play hardcore. Not a big fan. Travis lame sauce. Oh, what? Nice. Jared from the concert. Welcome in. That's funny. I was talking to this dude about being a YouTuber at the concert I went to on Saturday. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm just slaying demons per usual. Grand Charm. Can we get a Sunday? 77 garbage. That's funny. Appreciate you hopping in. Ryan says, kind of wonder if D2 will ever get another balance patch. Highly doubt it. At most, I would say the stuff that they did for like the Chinese servers or something would be the most that they would ever do. Which consisted of like the extra stash tabs, and that's about it, huh? Random new set that's like essentially Saigons, but like 2% different. But yeah, that's about it, I think. D2R, a fully balanced game. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm a big fan of not letting, don't let perfection be the enemy of great. Like, no game is perfect. And also, if every build and every character and every skill was perfectly balanced, then that means there's really no difference between each character and each build and each skill. It just means they're all exactly the same, which is boring. So, Marty says Mosaic nerf incoming! There were some suspicious wording in some certain instances, but I'll believe it when I see it. I'll say that much. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, pluggy mod for unlimited stash tabs. That is true, but, you know, most people, I don't know about most. I don't really know the percentage nowadays, I guess. A lot of people play online, though, so being able to have, like, 3 more stash tabs online would be kind of nasty, wouldn't it? soul rune, bruh.
I can't carry it.
Dude, I need a high rune. I don't know what to say, but I need to get a high rune. I need one. Change nothing, Bet says. I can get on board with that, since I am anti-change guy after all. 23 to life skiller on single player. Druid transform. Druid transform. Gotcha. Why does it slip my name? What that actually is. But anyways, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, it could be used a little bit anyways, I suppose. Even though melee characters usually get more from max damage charms and stuff, but see, Zero Cool made my first wind druid after watching one of your videos. Plays just like the Hammerden, less damage. A little bit, yeah. It is very, 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 very Hammerden-like. It telly stomped, and if you don't telly stomp, you're gonna be missing over and over, right? Tough to aim. Telly stomp, kill, telly stomp, move on, telly stomp, move on. So. Ral rune.
I am overburdened.
Okay. Ryan likes D2R the way it is, but it'd be cool if there was more melee weapons they brought up to the grief level. Could be wishful thinking. Yeah, I don't know what it would entail, like what it would, but I don't really see a whole lot, because if they do changes to D2R, hypothetically, let's say they make D2R even more awesomer so that they make money selling more copies, because if you're not going to sell more copies and make more money, they literally cannot do it, right? If you don't think you're going to make money on it. So what it would have to do is increase the player base for D2R a lot, making more people want to buy it who don't already have it. What that would do is pull players away from Diablo 4, maybe even Diablo Immortal, which then they can't sell skins, which skins are so incredibly profitable. It would literally be like everyone who was involved in the decision to make D2R better would all get fired instantly, because it would literally cost them a ton of money, you know? So, yeah. See, Stan broke the no luck meter, been watched for a while, got a unique Corona off of a random mob, terrorized Stony Field. Yeah, hopefully you get a good roll on that. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Undead Arrow finally got one of every class. Congrats on that. Now you got that true variety in the game, right? Just play a little bit of everything. Battle Skithy. Ogre gotta check that one. Ogre. Anything else here magic-wise I want to check maybe? Nope. None of those bases look right. Yeah, recoil, the grief damage, the way it applies is kind of goofy, right? Yeah, the main thing is and everyone talks about how grief is OP. Maybe possibly the grief damage applying to like smite is a bit much, but realistically, the amount of damage grief does isn't really OP. The problem is everything else is too bad, which I kind of agree with you. The stuff could get raised up, more attack damage, more attack speed, and everything. I don't see it coming, and I don't know how difficult that, or what problems that would cause, because I know that, and obviously maybe they're not professional programmers or whatever, but I know whenever they change the enhanced damage on items in any mods for D2, it would like brick everyone's characters. It would brick everybody. Everything would brick. So I don't know if that's still, if that's really how it would be and stuff like that, you know. I don't know, but look at the time here. I got to go pick my kid up from school here in a very short time. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Also, not a big fan of Trav. We're getting there. We're moving along a little bit. It looks like it's going to be like 2 more weeks before I get to 99 on this at the speed we're going here. I need to get some Flayer Jungles. I need to get some terrorized Cast Sanctuaries. I need to get some terrorized Worldstone Keeps, stuff like that. So we'll see. Maybe I can. I don't know if I'll be able to stream this Friday, by the way, because I'm getting my roof redone. So I don't know exactly what's going to be going on that day. But hopefully I can. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully a Friday night printer stream. Ooh. But yeah, that being said, peace out, all y'all. Keep slaying. Ooh.